Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to teamfortress.tv for our ETF2L Season 40 Prem Semi-Final game between Ora Elektro and the Frenchies. My name is Lucky Time, joined by BR Protection. Wandum is a co-cast. How's it going, dude?
Hey, I'm having a really good time. Apparently the game has already started and we're desperately trying to figure out where it's being played. Because Eames sent us a connect and it's the wrong one. Thank you, Eames. He owes us a drink now. I think that's the only...
He owes us a round of pub golf. Straight away.
Yeah, we're just sitting here talking nicely about drinking alcohol, having good times, and then suddenly B just like, oh yeah, they're playing, by the way.
By the way, they started the game, and we are currently not in the server, desperately scrambling. Apparently we have...
We have an IP. Eventually we can cast the game. This is going to be so exciting. I don't know if you guys have realized this, but it's a ETF2L Season 40 playoff semi-final. Got Ora Elektro and some Frenchies as well. It's just only Frenchies, basically, I'm going to be honest.
It's all Frenchies plus Eames. Like, that's all I can see on... I'm just going to run down a couple of rosters real quick if you don't know who they are already. So we've got Ora Elektro, we've got the Scouts of Nevo and Amarok, Soldiers of AZN and Joe, powerhouses there. Demo Man of Eames, the man himself, and Trump as the medic. So that's a hell of a roster, but oh my god.
Yeah, they're actually just in the game. Look at this, there's a soldier bomb from Ron's coming in. With the Frenchies, they claimed mid, but it's even Ubers.
My game died.
Oh, your game died. I guess it's a radio cast. There's nothing on stream either. Yeah, we're in the game. We're about 2 minutes in. Ron's tried to sack for a medic, didn't get it. We're just on Snakewater. The map says tonight, Snakewater, Sunshine, then Gully, if I can remember correctly. And right now, Ora Elektro trying off a single soldier pick to get onto Snakewater mid, which, if you've played TF2 before, you'll know that it's not easy. So, there we go. We're finally in the game. It's no longer a radio cast. It's, shoutouts once again to Eames for just giving us the wrong connect. I hate you forever. Give me alcohol.
Give me alcohol. My game is still loaded, so you've got this. You're on deck, dude.
I'm ready. I was drinking with my parents. Suddenly I find out I have to cast, and now I'm here.
Massively scuffed.
Ron's sacked in. He died. We have to figure out a way to focus on this. It's so hard.
All right.
QB's dead as well. Ora Elektro, they're gonna push. Trust. They're trying to go through lower. This is when the cast happens, I think. But the soldier on balcony, he's trying to spam them out here. He's doing a lot of work, actually, but Joe goes down on the flank. Ora Elektro, they're gonna have to run back. I hope this is enough to reclaim everything.
It's fine. Patchy used Zuba, so he's not going to be able to do too much. So, guys, welcome to the game. It's currently 0-0. We missed the mid-fight, but it looks like Ron's is currently fragging. This man has been fragging all season. Absolutely playing his goddamn heart out. But now the Frenchies are sitting in a very passive position on the mid, and Ora Elektro looking to make some shit happen towards lower. It looks like they're going to be over for a classic kitchen push. They have got 2 players in lower, though. It's a great bomb in, though, and they managed to force out that Uber very, very easily, but they do lose 2 for it, so it looks like the rest of them just going to retreat out of this mid.
You have to be really careful. The stickies are cleared out from Alien Smiley there. Did look in position to get at least 1 kill, but that force out of QB and Dwo was absolutely massive. They don't have the players. If a second you see Ora, they are going very quickly in. Have to be careful on the French side. They're taking a lot of damage already. The soldier aggression, not enough, but that's a heavy. It's just a forward spawn, and now Ora Elektro, they have to run away, tail between their legs. Massive advantage for Chuli now. He can go forwards. It's just 1 soldier, AZN. He can see the world, but maybe the world doesn't want to see him.
Oh my god, I love Patchouli so much. He's always in the right position to just not take any damage. Just ran around balcony, dodging that soldier here, there, and everywhere. Looks like they're taking it slowly now. Just making their way in towards mid. They don't have to use him. Dwo here gets picked up early on by the sticky bombs. They do lose 1 here, and they're just going to be retreating out very wisely because 83% for Trump. If they come across that point and get forced, they're going to be in a terrible position. So just back off the second and get reset here. It looks like Ora Elektro now, they want to take the aggression in. Dwo currently still being dead for the next 2 seconds, so they're going to try and bust for space. Looks like Joe jumping in towards lower. They have now spotted him doing that, but that's going to open up room in the front as the scouts move back. Neo moves forward, goes in for AZN, picks him up. Neo going down. Soldier behind, Ron's is on top of the medic here. Good damage at AZN. Looks like Trump has to surf his way in and actually has to use up this Ubercharge right now. Patch is also on bat, so he's nowhere near having to use this Ubercharge right now. Amarok just retreating back through low, and the flank is coming in from Dwo. He's deep in behind. Great damage into the red side, and looks like they're going to be able to chase it with the Ubercharge. And Patchouli drops his scout, unfortunately, so it looks like they're just going to have to play this passive and wait for their respawners.
With all of this chaos, it's actually 3 up on both sides, but crucially now, AZN is going to be up on the sniper who's looking to get a pick. You can see the game slowing down just a little bit. I mean, the Frenchies do have massive ad. I barely like what Ora Elektro tried to do. The aggression was kind of nice. But now the Frenchies, they're on to mid. The sniper has to hit a shot.
like he's been spotted though. It is AZN up on the sniper. He's been playing so well this season up on the sniper class. Everyone thought it was hacking for a period of time. Looks like Joe goes huge and picks off Ron's in kitchen, which should slow down this aggression and now open up this mid actually. Without that soldier presence on the high ground, it means these scouts are going to be able to run across it whenever they like. So headshot comes out to Neo, like I said before. AZN just cracking him out here. And looks like Trum retreating back through Saw. He doesn't currently have an Ubi yet, but Patchouli uses his, and they do pick up Eames with this. They're just going to retreat back to the point, but the repush is now in. And it looks like QB might get caught out here by the rest of the red team flying in, but does escape on a slither of HP there, gets back with his medic. And the capture never went through here, so they're going to keep this point on the red side and have large ad to go with it.
And also, Eames is going to be so much closer to the rest of his team. They are looking to push up this. They're a demo man down, but Ora just being so aggressive. Headshot coming out of AZN onto the demo man. It's a little bit of a warning shot. Don't quite find a kill, but that kill onto Duo is nice. Which means the Ubers actually just popped out a Trum here. They don't really find anything for it. This is massive for the Frenchies. They were in such a bad position there with that Uber to sad, but getting that force, that's huge out of Duo.
Yeah, Duo getting large there. Picking up that force is great. And it looks like QB is just going to stick on this engineer right now, build that gun, and just have it in the middle. So if any back captain does come in, they're going to be able to block it with that gun. And they have managed to get that Uber now on patch. But I actually think they're just going to chill here. They're not actually going to do anything with this. More than happy to sit on last. Snakewater, notorious for back caps. And also, AZN up on that sniper does make it ridiculously hard for them to push out of this last without losing any players or dropping an Uber potentially, which is the most disastrous thing that can happen. But, alternatively, AZN's going to be able to snipe into last now as soon as Trum gets his Uber, and they should be able to, hopefully, put together some kind of force attempt on the patch or drop attempt. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, so far, Ora have seemed extremely reliable to just kind of go in off very small player ad. Normally, if this had been a couple of seasons ago, you would never push off a single soldier pick. But if a soldier goes in and sack, we've seen how willing Ora Elektro is. You just go balls to the wall, just push off that soldier kill. They're very, very likely to do it. But with a sniper up on both teams, actually, Neo on sniper on his own as well. He's just going to be watching a door. He's not actually that aggressive here. Giving AZN a lot of room to work with. Slowly walking his way in through Lower's Broda. Have to try and find something, but in the meantime, I mean, it's a sniper versus sniper in this situation here. Honestly, not too bad for the French side. We're just going to stall this out forever, honestly, run the round timer down.
AZN on the shutter, he's going for it, he shoots the dispenser for 150. So no dispenser on enough a patch, and also they're all weak and low, so they're just going to be chilling out here, very close there from AZN. And even though AZN hasn't been playing in Prem for long, and I rate Neo as a sniper hugely, I've got to say, AZN's actually better. He cracks off more headshots than Neo does on a day-to-day basis. So in this sniper 1v1, I'm expecting big things coming out from AZN here. Looks like Amrock's just going to be peeking. Noticing that sentry gun is back up and around, and Eames currently in. Looks like Rons and Duo going to lose their lives, though. Coming in towards lobby. No forces happened just yet. They should just use in, destroy this gun one.
Yeah, they're looking to push the gun right now. They're trying to get it, but this is the disadvantage of having a sniper. So much harder for AZN to have an impact. They're trying to get this sentry gun taken care of. They finally got it. But in the meantime, the Frenchies have managed to stabilize. AZN's so far in! But QB takes him down. He's off on the sniper now. The HP on the French side is not that good, but they've managed to hold off Ora Elektro for now. Eames too weak. He's actually just headshot by QB.
QB's going large right now, choosing his picks on the sniper, gets Eames, and also they're flooding players in towards lower. Looks like Trum had to use out that Uber charge in lower, did get forced off, and Patch still has his. Still 6 players up for the French side as well, so Neo's just going to be running in towards Joe. Great damage has been dealt to him. He's going to have to jump back to his medic and receive an arrow, which he does, and now the rest of the blue team are going to be coming in towards this point right now, just chilling out on the point, getting that capture through. They still have an Uber ready to go, and these scouts are causing quite a lot of pressure and likely to go in here, and they're in deep. Bronze does get picked up there. Neo's running in with this Uber charge, but they're not really going to find much here. They do pick up the sniper, and Amarok gets killed in the backlines, and Neo is just in super deacon. Does get cleaned up, though. Another in terrible position. Nevo's just running in. Great damage to dealt to Alien, and now it looks like we're going to just see a bit of a mid-fight resume here. Looks like the red team have maintained this high ground, though, so they're going to be able to hold off the opposing force of the French side.
Joe jumping over that high ground, getting a couple rockets off. Didn't even do that much damage, but just the sheer presence of the soldier on top means that Aura is able to hold it off. And look at them once again. They have a player pick. They don't even have the player pick anymore. He's spawned back up, but they're so willing to go on aggressive because Alien Smiley gets completely caught out by Joe there. Such a crazy dot push. But now it's 3 dead for Aura. Such a good push. And the Frenchies there on the back foot now. They have to be so careful.
Yeah, Joe is absolutely cracked. Just goes in for that bomb, absolutely destroys them. Rail goes them down to the ground. The Uber has now been used by the red side. Patchouli currently doesn't have an Uber. He's the last player alive. It looks like Ora Elektro now going to claim that frag and the point. It's going to be 1-0-1.
Such a good capitalization off of the positional advantage that they had. Honestly, able to catch the Frenchies off guard. That kill onto Alien Smiley at the end really just sealed the deal. Such a nice play to catch him out, and that puts Ora Elektro in a really commanding lead, honestly. 1-0 might not match the pace of the game we have seen so far, but I know for a fact that both of these teams, especially Eames, can slow this down if they really want to. So now on this mid-fight, the Frenchies, they're going to have to respond, and preferably sooner rather than later. Time is ticking, maybe only for 10 minutes so far, but it's definitely crucial. But the aggression already is coming so far.
Looks like Joe's all the way across the point. There's also Duo capitalizing on that space that's been provided. Eames goes down. Trump surviving on 9 HP. He goes down to the winger pistol across the point here, and Patch is just fine, surrounded by his players, and it looks like it's going to be amazing for them. AZN hiding in the corner desperately on the soldier. Good first rocket. Doesn't manage to pick up Patch, though.
Yeah, there's one player left in choke, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to do. Yep, Nevo just running away there, and that was such a good mid from the Frenchies. Really managed to just clean up the aggression out of Ora Elektro. Eames just kind of left alone on the point. Might they could catch a super easy kill onto him, super easy kill onto the soldier bombing in as well. Leaves them with a massive advantage. Nevo's on sniper, but maybe it's just too little too late.
Looks like now they use up the supercharge straight onto the gun. They get on top of it. Neo's going to be standing on the edge of the point right now. Captain coming in. Joe whiffs the jump, but he does manage to block the point. Only just AZN now. He's going to be in the dirt. He's going to die. And also they've got players all over this point. They're flooding on top of it right now. Soldier tries to bomb in, but it's too little too late. It's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, what a nice little push there. They capitalize off of that advantage that they had pretty much immediately. You know, as Ora Elektro, how you have to do that. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the point presence. Frenchies were able to stack it for long enough. Ora Elektro just couldn't really hold it, and now it's 1-1. Suddenly, very quickly, the tides have changed. We're very much still in this game. It's looking very even, to be completely honest.
Yeah, the 1 minute 80 round there coming out from the Frenchies there very, very quickly for them. And now we're seeing a situation where the red team have managed to get a bit of high ground presence going. They've got that scout and that soldier up there. It looks like the blue team are going to start mirroring it as well. The Frenchies responding in kind, but both teams looking like they're going to play a slower mid this time around. Joe not bombing in for this one. Looks like he is now posturing over towards kitchen, unable to really do too much here. They do pick up QB with a long range pipe very early on there. Eames manages to get it in. They're bombing in towards Alien here. He's going to get picked up as well from Joe, and looks like they're trying to flood in, and they do manage to pick up Trum with the sack from Rond, and Patchouli is way out of there, but AZN looks like he's on the chase here.
AZN is on the chase indeed, but Patchouli, as you're saying, he's so far back, he's on last. This is actually not that bad for Ora Elektro. They got the midpoint, which means that Trum is going to forward spawn as well, and they managed to force Patchouli all the way onto last. It's so much ground for the Frenchies they have to cover. There's a lot of Ora Elektro players on second. They know they can just get the force out of Patchouli now. It's so good for them, but a kill onto Alien Smiley is pretty good as well. That's no Demo Man on the aggression here on Snakewater. It's so hard for Ora Elektro to not just stay in this with another kill onto Duo. The Frenchies are stuck between a rock and a hard place. They have to Uber, and it's an absolutely awful position. They can't get in here. Really nicely played out of Ora Elektro here, and now they have an advantage.
Oh, not like this. Neva's going to be running in as well. He's just taking that space on Cheese. Looks like Joe's going to be bombing over, claiming bats for himself. So they've got all of this room now to move into second for free. No players outstanding and no sticky traps to be cleared. So they're looking for a free run in towards this last point with their 90% Uber. Going to be building that one up. And also QB rapidly trying to build a sentry gun over on that left-hand side. But I don't really reckon it's going to do much. The Uber comes in onto last. The bomb comes in from Eames onto the gun. Gun goes down pretty much immediately here. Sticky's currently on point to defend it. Joe is going to be the first team of the red team to die. Ron's is looking like he's going to create a Neo. It's a ton of damage as well. Nice point from Eames. Looks like Neo finally gets cleaned up there. But he does manage to pick up Eames before going down here. This heavy still large over on the left-hand side. Now it's looking absolutely terrible for Ora Elektro, with this heavy still being a nuisance and a thorn on their side. They cannot close the distance.
Rollins did such a nice job there distracting Ora Elektro. Yes, he went down, but he distracted them for long enough to where the heavy could come up, get into a position where suddenly Ora Elektro just could not get in anymore. Now, the Frenchies, they've managed to stabilize a little bit. They do have a sniper on a relatively big advantage, which, I mean, maybe they're just not feeling that comfortable pushing out. Honestly, Trumman's at 75%. I feel like if this was an alternative size, Ora Elektro would have pushed out. It's that the Frenchies, they're sitting back. They're letting QB do some work on the sniper. Off classes for Ora Elektro. Instead, they're just going to scout this out. They spot the sniper. Very vital knowledge indeed. They're going to have to spot the sentry gun up as well soon enough. I feel like, honestly, Frenchies maybe just made a little bit of a mistake. Didn't count the Ubers probably, because honestly, I feel like they could have gone in.
And maybe, potentially, they could have gone in, but it looks like they wanted to play this safely, maybe just not feeling comfortable with their Snakewater gameplay. But, I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you got to try it, but they are currently even on the scoreboards. They want to wait around and wait for the enemy team to make a mistake first, but we've seen Ora Elektro, like you mentioned before, they're playing a much more aggressive playstyle than they have done in previous seasons. Maybe it's the new addition to players, or I don't know what it's going to be, but I would be feeling pressure if I was the French team on this last right now, because they've gotten a lot better at forcing these small advantages. So we'll see what happens coming out from them. They're going to be looking to spam this gun by the looks of things. They haven't actually got their sniper off class right now. He's going to be putting stickies under the gun, and he will manage to get the pickup on the gun. So this is now going to open up an opportunity here for a soldier to maybe get in. Looks like Joe's heading in for a He's going to be bombing in onto this engineer. Actually whiffs everything in the spellbook, so now he's going to be dead.
Yeah, unfortunately for Joe, he kind of jumped into a hit scout class in Team Fortress 2, and that just kind of shuts you down. Runs in the meantime. Gets so much damage onto Trum there. Down to 60 HP. You can see how aggressive they're being now on the French side. Trying to get onto Trum. He has to play this so carefully. Sniper watching him as well. Trum is in a terrible spot. It's really difficult for him to survive here, but he's managed to do it so far. He's at 100% still. Got AZN up on the counter sniper now. There's going to be a little bit of time before he actually comes up. The aggression's coming into the sniper, but Eames has to be careful. Drops down to 75 HP. Trump must be, like, sweating and shaking where he's standing right now. It is, it's making me worried.
Yeah, it's so bad when you're stood there, honestly. It feels so awful. But there's no other place you can really stand when you're versus another sniper. Otherwise, you're going to just eat a headshot. But there you go. QB getting picked up by AZN. AZN pressuring over towards the left-hand side, just trying to get the space here. The soldier bombing in, denying that space. Both soldiers, in fact, on this doorway. And Joe gets chopped and is now dead. So unable to really do much here. Headshot does ring out to Alien, but it's not enough damage to claim the kill. So now they're in a situation where Ora Elektro need to retreat back out of lobby, wait for their respawner, and maybe try again.
Yeah, at this point, they're just going to keep setting sacks in. I mean, Joe's going to come back up. Everything's going to be fine. Yes, they're out on second for a moment, but taking lobby in itself is not very difficult, especially when you're considering where the Frenchies are standing right now. They're sort of focusing most of their explosive players towards a lower area, trying to make sure no one can just kind of walk in onto Patchouli for free. But it's still a little bit difficult. Stickies on the shutters as well. You can see Ora already back in. They're trying to make this angle happen for AZN. And unfortunately, that means that Nevo is going to walk into 20 stickies and just immediately die. Whoa, as well going down. This is 2 picks for Ora, who's looking really good. That's a snipe out of AZN. Such a big kill. There's 3 players down. The Frenchies have to be so careful.
God, AZN's playing out his goddamn mind. Looks like Ronz actually goes in. Does manage to get a load of damage down and pick up the kill onto Amrock. With the assistance of Alien there. Looks like they did pick up 3 picks here onto the blue team. Oh, and Patchouli gets sniped through the shutter. He goes down, unfortunately, there. The drop onto the medic. And now Trump's going to be waltzing his way in with the supercharge with Eames in tow. And Joe also going to be doing the same. But it looks like now they've decided better of it. The flank comes in. They have to use up the Uber. And it's going to be actually terrible here. They're not really finding too much with it. They do get the space over on the left-hand side. They're going to start spamming this level 1 gun. But Neo has revenge crits in the tank if needed. He's going to be spraying a few of them towards Joe just to repel this push a little bit, and it's all in the bin for Ora Elektro.
That is the absolute miracle of a life, keeping the Frenchies in that. That shot out of AZN was so sick onto Patchouli, and they just somehow stay in that round, keeping it all together. I mean, unfortunately, that force coming out of the soldier once again onto Trump was so good. It's such a hard, difficult situation there for Trump. He has to pop the Uber, but unfortunately, they're just not in a position to find anything. The Frenchies, they stay in this. They have a gun back up. They are not pushing anywhere because they still have a disad. Trump managed to get the Uber in way quicker than Patchouli was even managing to spawn. AZN back onto the soldier now. They don't want to run the sniper again. It's getting a little bit too predictable at this point. It's going to be difficult. I don't know what the Frenchies' answer to this, honestly. Maybe just run down the clock. It's 4.5 minutes left until the round just resets itself. Honestly, if nothing changes fast, we might just see a round reset.
Okay, the gun does go down, so it opens up a bit of opportunity here now. They need to sack pretty much immediately, but Dwo's doing such a good job with shutting down this right-hand side door. The gun goes down once again. AZN has managed to poke his way in, but once again, Dwo just bombing up, blocking that door, and no one's able to get through it. Looks like Nevo now trying to pressure on this right-hand side shutter, but that's so much harder to push. It's on such low ground, so not really able to do anything here on the side of Ora Elektro with that gun being picked up, just because of Dwo's aggression on this right-hand side door. Collects all the heals, but looks like good damage onto Neo. Bomb comes in again from Dwo, and he just picks up that kill onto Nevo. And now, once again, Ora gonna have to run, but it looks like Eames does get picked up by Alien, so a Devilman pick here is huge for them, and I think this should spell the push-out.
If the Frenchie's going to push out, it's going to be right now. You can see the soldier aggression's already coming in out of the low. This gets picks up. He's not there with the rest of his team. That's a really good kill for Ora Elektro. AZN has gone down in the meantime from QB, but you can see they're still struggling. This Ora don't really want to give this up, but they just don't have the positioning. They're going to lose a soldier. They're going to pop this Uber, but truly nowhere near this. Doesn't want anything to do with it, but mainly that's just going to mean that Alien Smiley goes down. Aura so far, they found a demo kill. Eames is back on this as well. It's getting a little bit difficult for them to hold it. They're doing it so far, however. They're sort of slowly edging the point This is Soldier in. He's in onto the medic now. It's just a lot of damage. He's almost hitting the shot.
Oh, Patch, nice use though. Manages to save his own life with that one, not dropping off that uber charge, but it looks like now they're going to be running into towards mid. They have 2 player picks to play with here, and both of them are soldiers, so no soldier aggression here means no spam, and they're going to be able to get on top of this point rather easily. They need to get this cap zone down before this uber comes in from try and get this cap, and it looks like we may see a bit of leapfrogging going on from here onwards.
Yeah, at this point, we might just be playing tennis with the Ubers for a little bit. I mean, you can see how big the advantage is for Trump, but at the same time, I feel like the Frenchies, they have time. They know what's coming from a mile away. They know the Ora will be looking to push with this Uber ad. So, in the meantime, they have so much time to set up a force here. There's so many angles on mid on Snake War as well. You can see Ora are opting for the kitchen push, because it is probably the safest one they have. But you can still see just how much damage is hammering down on Eames here. Struggling really to get in. And they don't even need to get the force out, because they had enough time to stall it out. But surely now, 90%, which means he's going to go back to his own second. And he's just going to have Uber here. It's going to be even Ubers. And the Frenchies are completely fine with this.
Yeah, it looks like Ora Elektro are going to do one of their patented moves, head into Snake Water lower, and just see what you can do. And they're probably going to send some kind of sack either on Joe or what have you. But Trump, down to 17 HP, just eating all of the spam in the world. Neither gets picked up as well, and this could cause quite a lot of pressure here coming up from the French side. They get on AZN as well, so they pick up 2 frags here. They're going to be coming towards mid very, very easily. Rod's jumping onto the high ground, gets on top of Joe, forces him all the way back, and now we've got Amrock a little bit overextended. Neo's going to try and take this fight from half HP though, and now Dwyer also making his way in. So they have got the managed to get the entire French side in. Capture's still in the favour of Ora Elektro, and they can now take a trade if they wish. And it looks like they do lose Joe, but for trade of Dwo, so now they're going to be looking to make this trade happen. Amrock here, currently on the beam, but no one's going for this trade at all. So we're just seeing a bit of a repeat mid-fight with forward spawners, and it looks like it's going to pay off for them here. Azimus picks up that 5 points to Neo, and there's 3 picks in favour of Ora Elektro, so they're just going to be waltzing their way in towards second. But both teams still have Uber here, one, so I'm unsure what's going to happen, but it looks like Patch now getting bombed. They do manage to force out the Uber charge here, and they get players on the point. It's just Dwo in this Uber. It's a disaster for the French side.
I feel like the Ora have played so well around the mistakes of the French side. They were so slow coming into mid. They actually let Nevo. They had the pick advantage. He managed to spawn. He managed to come from forward spawn. He managed to clean up a soldier that was flanking as well. So now Ora Elektro, they played that so well. They managed to completely disable all of the advantage from the French side, and now they have an advantage of their own. They're Ubering him already.
Looks like they're going to be running us over to the left-hand side. Amrock does get picked up by Volleytron to the sniper, and they only pick the gun. So they're going to be 1 player down for this push, and Dwo now getting picked up as well. Great little rocket there onto the medic, but unable to really capitalise off the back of that damage since he's already used the Uber charge here. So Trump, a little bit useless here. Managing to beam the scout up to 185, but not really doing much else. Looks like Ron's getting bombed, and the pipe comes out to Neo as well. He's currently on a... currently on a 10k, but looks like Eames gets another pipe onto QB, and he is just super aggressive on this right-hand side. Joe picks up a kill. They're going on to Patch. They pick up the medic. Alien's desperately trying to defend his own life. AJ currently on the point. Too much HP to deal with, and it's going to be an Ora round right here.
Ora just played a slow game of attrition, win out by sheer merit of their superior positioning. You can see they just had so much better high ground. It was so difficult for the Frenchies to really counter it. And so the soldier spam, the Eames spam as well. He hit some really nice pipes onto those blue scouts, which meant that ultimately, I mean, the Frenchies, they didn't have the bodies, they didn't have the damage to keep Ora away from a second round. We've run down the clock so much, only 6 minutes left. This round advantage for Ora could be crucial.
Could indeed here. Coming into the next mid-fight here, they're going to be with a skip in their step on this mid-fight. Looks like Dwo just eat a pipe from that top right-hand corner as he tries to make the bomb happen. Joe goes in. He's super weak. He's just going to carry on the ground, but not before picking up Alien Smiley and lower. And looks like Ron's now also going to have to retreat onto Bat. The Patch is half HP and lower. It's great here. Looks like Dwo onto the mid though. Onto Dwo. Amazing shot from Dwo. Picks up that frag. Holy God. Great job from him. Managed to take him down, but looks like Patch also died in all the chaos. So both medics being down here.
Yeah, getting that medic kill out of Dwo is absolutely massive there for the Frenchies. He keeps them in this game. Honestly, with 5.5 minutes left, they really cannot afford another round loss. It's technically doable, but it's so difficult. Dwo's just found a second one in the back line as well. Gets a kill onto Amarok. Yes, it's a scout frag. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's definitely something. When you're Ora Elektro, you want to go in. Look at Eames. He's just on his own in choke right now. Wants to go forward, but he doesn't have a team with him. That kill onto the medic completely equalized the Uber. I say completely. He's about 10% ahead of Patchouli in the meantime. But I mean, it's basically even. It keeps the Frenchies from losing a round, potentially. It looks like such a good mid for Ora Elektro. They managed to split them up so well. half of the combo just forced into choke meant that nobody on the French side could get in at all. Ora got to sit on the point absolutely for free, just shoot, spam, into soar, into choke, and it looked like they had it in the bag. Whoa, in the final seconds got that, but now Ora Elektro, they're back on 2-second.
Looks like now Duo going in towards Trum. Good couple of rockets there, but he doesn't use out the Zuba. Really good stuff there from Trum. The ball comes flying in. Eames is down to half HP, but they are managing to keep players alive. Only just these bastions. Such dividends for Patch. Down to 64 health. He's back in spawn, but his entire team is dead here, Wan. They're moving in towards last, and it looks like Joe's going to be taking the space on the left. AZN robbing in from the right. It's great pressure off the Patch. They managed to get him to use that Uber charge. Looks like Trum still has his available to him. They're just going to be retreating back out this last as they lose 2.
They actually lose 3 here. This is pretty good for the Frenchies. If you're for the Frenchies right now, you have to go for this force. You can see them already. They're pushing out immediately. They don't want to waste any time, but a kill onto Ron out of Eames. Nice little chat. The spam onto Trum is humongous, but it is enough because no, they pop the Uber. Eames gets a lot of space, but that pipe out of Alien Smiley sends him back. They get the kill onto Alien Smiley. There's a demo down. Dwell might get killed as well by Amarok. He's found himself 3 kills, and now it's 2 dead. No demo, no soldier for the Ora Elektro side, and they're just walking onto last. It's so difficult for the Frenchies to hold here.
Yeah, this is a classic left side that they're just going to run it in. Eames is going to take as much space as he can, deal as much damage as he can, but Neo retreats back into spawn. He's going to get a reset, and this heavy is still a large. They're going to be unable to deal with this one. They haven't got enough damage right in his face, so now they're just going to be retreating back onto second. What was going to be a good push, unfortunately turned into a scuffed Uber on second, and now it's just even once more.
QB has decided it is speed time. He's finally making the decision on the Eternal Reward, which is, I'm pretty sure in 6s, that's just the default at this point. It's probably just better. If you are Trump, do you expect this? He is kind of looking at the wall, kind of being paranoid. QB is gonna look at this. This is a tough task for him, gonna be honest. I like the play. It takes a little bit of time, which is, honestly, the Frenchies don't have too much. He has 1 shot at this. Kill onto Trump. Does he not get it here? It's gonna be very difficult for Frenchies to stay on Snake.
They 100% know. They are shooting at walls. They're pinging off rockets here, there, and everywhere. They know that there is a sniper in their midst right now, and they're not doing anything about it. I think Ora Elektro, with their round advantage that they've got, they don't want to do anything here. They just want to chill out. Patch go down to half HP. He's got to go back to last and get a resub, so this is going to open up a lot of space here for QB to get a potential stab. They've got to be aware that they're going to try and pull some shenanigans, because there's only 2 minutes left in the map. They could just run down the timer and win the game. So it's really up to the Frenchies to make something happen here without getting backcapped.
Yeah, they're trying to make a distraction here with the aggression into the lobby, trying to get an angle for QB. He's going to decloak now. He's going to walk forward onto Trum. They haven't spotted him quite yet. He's on. Trum is looking at him. They just shoot him. He doesn't even fire a bullet.
He just stands there. He's like, you know what? Fair enough. And just stands there and dies. He just writes lol in the chat as well. And it looks like now they are going to just be making their way into the lobby on the side of Ora Elektro with their 2-pick advantage. And they actually want to get aggressive here. It looks like AZN is just going to be poking from lower. But I think Eames is actually going to be calling this one off. I don't think they're really going to push here off the back of that 2-man ad. Because they just don't want to trade Ubers. They want to hold them, pinch them and last for as long as they can.
Oh,
just
but
wind down this clock.
The bomb out of AZN is absolutely huge. They get so many kills, actually. They've cleaned up everyone. They forced the Uber out as well. Yes, they've also popped their own Uber, but the kills are coming in from Joe, who's on the point on his own. This scout can't do anything. And Joe just single-handedly seals the game at the end there. That aggression out of Ora Elektro was instant, and it was precise.
Wow. 3-1 as the scoreline. 1 minute remaining on the clock. It's going to be GG. Ora Elektro are going to be claiming this first map here in the series. Snakewater is out the window for the Frenchies, but maybe they can do a little bit better on Sunshine. But we've got one more mid heading your way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get some air shots coming in. Let's do it for the logs. And Alien's already into this mid, and Eames also in the mid, so now they're just going to be shooting across at each other. Not really much happening. Bomb comes in from Bronze. Good damage has been dealt, but Trum here getting bodied by absolutely every blue player on the server, and he does go down. It looks like now Patchouli going to play passive here. He's getting bombed himself, and the rest of the blue team going to retreat back towards Saw. Patchouli is going to drop here right at the end of this mid, but not before he tries to kill Nevo here. Good little surf from him. He's got the movement of an angel with Iso piping lower.
Yeah, that's the most important kill of the game. That kill into Evo. Just kind of reminding him, don't try me. Don't try me. I'll get you. But yeah, I mean, that was really, honestly, I mean, I feel like the Frenchies, they definitely had their moments of questionable plays, but Ora Elektro, I mean, one thing is making mistakes, another thing is being able to capitalize on your opponent's mistake. And I just think Ora Elektro, they were so good at that this whole time. The reason they got this game is through the advantages the French gave them. And eventually, you have to be able to take what life gives you. And Eames has shown that he's capable of doing just that. So, honestly, I hesitate to do it, but honestly, I want to call this a fairly dominant victory out of Ora. It seems like they were in control for most of this game. The Frenchies on the back foot. Yes, they got around, but it was off a mid-win where they just kind of rolled them on mid, they rolled them on last, they got around. Besides that, they were on the back foot, they were on last, trying to get into second, repeatedly not being able to push into Ora Elektro, and Ora Elektro able to counter them off of that. So, they arrive with the first map up. I don't remember if this is their own pick. I'm gonna have a look. 1 second.
I think it's Aura's pick because Ora.
It is Aura's pick. Yes.
Yeah, so Ora wanted to pick this one. But you know their official did go the scoreline of 4-2, which was a golden cap victory actually to the Frenchies. They got 2 points, and Ora Elektro picking up 4 points over the entire official with their 1 point and 3 point win. But I must point out in this game we have got some logs on the screen for you. Looks like Eames picking up 8.7k damage. We talk about it through the season. Eames does wind up. He slowly warms up through the season like a cold-blooded mammal and eventually makes it to the top damage echelons and absolutely leads his team. So Eames there absolutely bodying the competition. But I've got to throw a shout out in the works to actually Duo. He did such a good job this game. I mean, the logs don't really show it, but my God, he was always in, trying to make plays, trying to make things happen. It's just unfortunate that he couldn't find the last little bits of damage most of the time to pick off that medic.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it all right there, right? It's so difficult for the Frenchies to do that. When honestly, I feel like the calling, the map plays out of Ora Elektro honestly just seems like it's a cut above from the Frenchies. It's going to be really difficult. They're going to have to sort of rethink the way, like honestly, the way they play the game. Like there's so many times where they're trying to go off the advantages, but they're just not decisive enough to be able to push off of the advantage. Yes, you can push off player picks, but you have to realize that eventually the player pick won't be a player pick anymore because people respawn in TF2. This isn't Counter-Strike. If you kill someone, he's going to be back in like 20-30 seconds, and if you don't manage to get a push within those 30 seconds, it's just like your player advantage is gone. You're gonna have to rely on position, which they just weren't able to get most of the time. Aura, superior positioning, superior player advantages, and honestly as well, we saw it on these logs, superior damage. So at that point for the Frenchies, it's gonna be an uphill battle now. We're running into Sunshine as map 2. This is the Frenchies map pick, which, I mean, it probably accounts for something, right? But honestly, I have such a hard time after the way that Ora Elektro won that last map to call it for anything other than Ora 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching the other day, we managed to catch the official between Ora Elektro versus Witness Gaming, and Ora Elektro looked like a scary team in that game. So in this game, they're really flexing their muscles, and if I was Witness Gaming, I'd kind of be shaking a little bit, being like, this isn't closed out for us. Everyone thought straight away that Ora Elektro were not going to be contenders for this in comparison to the powerhouse of the Witness Gaming roster, but they're showing in this game that they have what it takes to make it all the way to the final. It is going to be a single limb, I believe, for the playoffs. So
yep.
This is a match point for the Frenchies. They're on the cliff face of being dropped from season 40, so hopefully Sunshine will save them. Now, if we make it all the way to Gully Wash, right, say the Frenchies do manage to beat Ora Elektro on this map, I have bad news for the Frenchies. They got 6-1 in their official versus them.
Yeah. I feel like when you are sort of pushing off small player advantages, Gully Wash is the map to do that because the space between points is very, very small. If you get a point, if you get a kill onto player on second, you can roll that onto mid or onto last, vice versa, depending on what side of the map you are, very, very easily. However, on a map like Sunshine, which we're about to go into, it's a little bit difficult. Snakewater is kind of a happy medium, right? Where it's there's definitely ground to cover, but you can do it really quickly. Whereas Sunshine, Flower or Valley, however you want to call it, depending on where in the world you're from, is absolutely massive. Choke is pretty much impossible to push. Cafe as well, tiny choke point. It's much harder to push into pretty much any point besides middle on Sunshine than it is on Snakeborn and Gully Wash, which makes it, honestly, like, Aura can probably do it anyway. I'm gonna be honest, like, the way that they play it as well, just off of the way they take positions with their soldier, they'll probably be able to get it anyway, but it's gonna be a lot harder for them than it would be hypothetically on a map like Gully Wash. If there is a map the Frenchies win, it's probably gonna be Sunshine.
Yeah, I've got my hopes up for them. I mean, they're not a bad team by any stretch, but it just feels like Ora Elektro over time has just become this well-oiled machine with Eames at the helm. His calling going to be leading most of that show. But, I mean, if you're the French side as well, these French players do play together quite a lot, but it doesn't seem like they've kind of adapted as well as this Ora Elektro team have. I mean, big shout outs to Patch, just realizing every situation when things are going wrong, things are going right, and he's always in the right position to make things happen and just survive for his team. So maybe they should play off that a little bit more. Maybe just go for Trum, because when they went for Trum on the mid fight, it's the round that they won, because Patch was just always in such a good position that they never managed to pick him off on the mids. So that's what I think they're gonna do, but. Sunshine mids, you just kind of walk around.
Yeah. Sunshine mids are weird. I don't know. The evolution of the Sunshine mid has been a thing to behold in the history of TF2. I think are we still in, I'm pretty sure we're still in the let's just take the opponent's cafe of
Yes.
Sunshine mids, where people roll out through their own flower and then just walk onto enemy Tetris and sort of take the high ground off of enemy cafe. We sort of end up in these weird situations where one team will capture mid while the enemy team is on their own, or like the enemy second, sort of trying to maneuver their way back out behind spawners and stuff. It's very weird, but that's sort of currently the way you do things. Occasionally, I mean, there are possible really fast soldier rollouts on Sunshine that it's almost as bad as Process, to be honest, where Aroma can, if he decides to, just be on your demo by this time mid starts. It's something you have to watch out for. Honestly, I would kind of want to see it out of the Frenchies here onto Eames. He's such a big factor for Ora Elektro. It doesn't even matter necessarily that he's not playing demo, but just the fact that he has to watch the mid-fight evolving in front of someone else's POV instead of his own, sort of lacking a bit of that overview. I think that might honestly just be enough. Shut them down early, because if you don't, they're just going to run away with it.
Yeah, I mean, if they get on top of... Well, thank God that the spoon has been removed, first of all, right? Because if they got on top of that demo man, sometimes they just, get one shot as soon as the mid starts, and that was really annoying. But now, soldiers actually have to go for a sync bomb, which is actually, I would go and say, is more effective, because I mean, landing them rockets is much easier than landing that spoon, because you got to whip it out, and if you whiff it, then you just die to the demo, which isn't great. But we do see it, like you mentioned, it is a lot like Process. So I do think that these soldiers have what it takes as well to make that happen. Ron's an incredibly skilled jumper, and on the other side as well, you've got Joe who can do the exact same thing. So we might see some very quick mids here. But I think that the reason why the Sunshine mid has progressed to the way it has is because of the lack of opportunities for soldiers. They've got so much distance to cover that none of the bombs really can make it happen without some kind of entire team movement, which is why they've kind of changed around and stuff. And also, we've kind of adopted a lot of what the American teams have done, because they've had Sunshine in their pool for much longer than we have. So I think we've just yoinked a bunch of stuff from Froyo and gone, yeah, this'll do.
That's how EU TF2 works. Froyo wins invite, and then we're like, what if we did that? It's why we play like we do now, instead of like how Coach Cadis told us. It's the way things go, because Cadis isn't here anymore to teach us the ways of Europe. Instead, we have to...
still lost to Froyo anyway on Sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Let's not talk about that anymore.
That was really sad to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal.
Let's talk about I-55, where Froyo showed up and lost. That was my favorite one. That was a great one. It was I-55, right? Where they didn't win. Was it I-48? No, it was I-48. Yeah, I-55 they lost and then they won anyway.
On, yeah.
Yeah, but in I-48, that was when we had the full tilt 7 grand final. That was a great time. I loved that.
Oh wow, yeah, that was power. Was it Crowns back then?
It was probably Crowns. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember being really sad that Full Tilt were literally pushing their last, about to win the golden cap on the last map, and then spoilers, guys, they didn't do it.
Ah, very sad. When I was sat in the crowd at I-63, I was like, no! They haven't done it! And Cadis is crying on the stage. I'm sorry we failed you. And everyone was going, 7, even though they lost. It was...
One of my favorite moments of TF2 LAN was sitting at the grand finals of Copenhagen Games, and everyone was super excited for a close game of 7 versus Ascent, and then it was the least close game of TF2 I've ever seen in my life. And we were all sat there in the crowd, and we were really excited for some high-quality action, especially because the games until then had been really fucking good. Like, Ascent versus, what were they called at the time? I don't remember. Swift? Those were some good games. My team didn't win, unfortunately, but they were really good games. And then you go into the final, and the final is just not...
Yeah,
it's definitely
just
skippable.
nothing. Yeah, you're like... you're preparing for the grand final game to be the pinnacle of Team Fortress 2. Yeah. The best gameplay you've ever seen, ever,
the setup
anywhere.
was sick as well. I don't know if you were there. If you weren't there, you couldn't see, but it had like the CS sort of player, like live HP stuff with like pictures of all the players. Never had anything like it in TF2. And then the game was like 3-5-0s in a row.
Oh, Jesus. Like,
20 minutes of Ascent not being able to push Gully Wash last.
You just make cringe faces. I was like, they've lost. Oh, jeez.
I remember a very, let's call him, he was a very happy Tobbs. Sat next to me trying to explain me the theory craft of how you successfully push Granary last. And unfortunately, it never made it past the theory crafting stage for Ascent.
Oh my god. That's
yeah.
upsetting. By the way, theory crafting Granary pushes on last. Definitely left side push all the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing about it was the whole LAN, Swift was the only team that could push that last.
It's like when I was playing in Div 1, it was just kind of like, my god, trying to figure out how to push Granary last, because we sucked at Granary. We were good at the next minute second, and then last was just abysmal. So I was like, what if we just go left? And then ever since then, it was good. But let's say we're ready up now, Juan. Any predictions?
I think, honestly, I have to give it to Ora Elektro, and 2, maybe we'll see something magical out of Frenchies, but the problem is going to have to be just that. It's going to have to be magical. Maybe they can do it. Sunshine is their map pick. After all, they're going to have to respond. Ora Elektro in the lead so far. Going into the first mid, both teams in flower, as we were saying. It's the Swapsy roundsy. I don't know what you call it.
The ring around the rosies. It's the clock. Looks like now we've actually got 2 flanking players. Ronz and Cube are going to be running in through the flank here, but not really finding anyone, of course, because they've just split up on each other's sides. So one task to go for here is just run across this left-hand side. Looks like they are doing it. They managed to stuff them in this choke point, and now it's pounce time for Ora. They should go in Deepington, but they're not doing it. They're just playing passive here. They do lose 2 as a result of it, and Amrock and Joe losing their lives. And now they're in a terrible position as the bomb comes in from AZN. Picking up Alien and Patch. It looks like Trum now in a very, very sore position as he's going to get run out by QB on the wrong side of the hill, and he's going to go down. It's just Neo, the lone survivor on this mid for the blue side. And it looks like Ora Elektro, despite that terrible mid start, they have actually managed to win the mid.
That was such a crucial bomb out of AZN. He does not get that kill onto Alien Smiley, or just lose. They were forced into the enemy flower. The demo man up, just spamming them out as well, would mean that they would have nowhere to run. Spawn be coming up behind them as well, and be stuck in the enemy flower. But luckily for them, they finally kill onto Alien Smiley and found a kill onto a scout as well. They're able to just keep the soldiers back as well. They did bomb in both Rons and Woe, trying to get the kill onto Trum. They weren't able to find him immediately. Instead, now, there's advantage for Patchouli here, but it's not that big, not that bad. About 40%. You can deal with that. You can work with that.
Yeah, you can work with that. I think that he's going to find it fine here for Trum, but I'm genuinely surprised that Trum didn't go crit screen here. This is something he's done previously, where you just let them all stack onto the cap on mid on Sunshine. You just crit screen into them after they've used the Ubers get into mid. So now Patch is making his way in. No sticky traps in sight and no soldiers in sight. Joe's have to jump all the way back to the choke, and AZN's have to do the same. So no one's really in, but they do manage to pick up Alien and Neo here. They get 3. QB going down as well. This is great for the side of Ora Elektro. They've done a really good job of splitting up the forces of the French side, and now they're just going to have to run all the way back to the show. Ubers have now evened up as well, so they've got to concede second.
Yeah, they have to concede second with no demo man. Ora Elektro, you can see them already. They're posturing in lobby. They want to go further with this. They can get a force out of Patchouli. This would be absolutely massive. There's a sniper out of QB. I have to be a little bit careful, but look at the damage onto Alien Smiley. There's no one on the point of the French side, and Nevo plays it so aggressively. No one else on his team has to die. You can totally sack a scout there. In the meantime, I mean, the spam exchange, there's a sentry gun being built. 100% advantage here. Nevo can open a door. He can become the sniper man. He can become the spy man. Should he please? But instead, it looks like he's going to play scout. Okay. Oh, we're going to get an off class? No.
No. What's the scout class? So this gun being built is going to be a nuisance now, because what they've done is they've used this opportunity where one player went down to actually build the sentry gun. Since the pressure goes away, they're able to construct the gun without the risk of it being spammed, and they've also got this pyro now at large. Using that debrief is going to be reflected a bunch of projectiles, but they have made their way in over on the right-hand side. There's good pressure here as Nevo picks up the frag onto Dwo as he bombs in, but they do lose 2 here as Nevo gets piped there by Alien from top left. And just like Pyro also reflecting all those projectiles, so unable to really do much on the side of Ora Elektro, but they should still be able to hold second as Sunshine last. You've got to really commit the entire team to make it happen, and unable to really do so here.
Yeah, this is totally fine for Ora Elektro. Yes, they have to give up lobby, but it's not too bad. They can just sit on the second. It's so easy to hold Sunshine second, I'm going to be honest. You just kind of sit here on balcony, or you can just sit on the second point. Somebody has to bomb you with a pyro and a sentry up on the French side as well. It means that the Frenchies are never going to push out here, unless they get like 3 kills. So Ora Elektro, they're going to run back into lobby once again. I'm surprised, honestly, there's still no off classes, because honestly, at a certain point, the Scout's going to kind of outlive his usefulness, especially on this last tier. I'm expecting an aura sack of some sort from one player or the other. This Sunshine Last. We've seen it in the past. This is, if there's any map with a round just resets on Last, it's probably Sunshine Last. It's a kill into Duo, actually. The aggression out of Aura here. In the meantime, they've managed to find a soldier kill onto the right side. This is good for them. It's opening up 4 more opportunities, but 1 soldier kill, you can see it's just not enough. There's so much damage onto Eames, he has to be careful. He can't stay in for too long because Alien Smiley will eventually just whittle them all down.
Joe is just turning up the heat though. He is going to get an arrow as well. He's going to stay alive here.
No
it's
way.
Such good pressure coming out from the side of Ora Elektro. And now they're going to be making their way towards the point. Joe's going to start edging it, in fact. It looks like Aliens had to respond by putting stickies on it. But now they destroy the gun. The pyro moves out of the way. Looks like they got Nevo on the point. They're going to have to use the Uber, and they do so here. And looks like Trump's just going to run away. He still has full Uber. And this is a total fail for the French side. Unable to really do anything here. They're just going to be trying to run into second. But Duo gets picked up by Joe. Joe, once again, really turned up the heat on this map. Holy God, 3K for him.
It's so easy for the French side to just bomb in a soldier onto Trum there. They're being so aggressive. A single soldier bomb onto the right side could immediately shut down the aggression for Aura, but instead, they took so much space. The spam out of Eames, yes, he got very low at certain points, but it was enough to get so much room, and now the Frenchies, they're on the back foot. They have a sniper up on Neo. He's going to have to hit a shot to Heavy as well, but it's a lot of Uber disadvantages. He's popped out already.
Oh god, looks like they're going to be running in here straight across onto the other side as well. They're getting all the space. They've got Captain down. Looks like Amarok's going to be playing it, but unable to really capitalize too much on it. And they're just going to be running around this point. Amarok just needs to touch it and it'll go through. Looks like they're finding the frags eventually though. Soldier bombs in. He kills himself. AJ's on the point. It's going to be the first round.
That was really nicely played out of Ora Elektro. The spam onto the right side, the force that they got in the end. They sat there for so long and the Frenchies just seemingly couldn't do anything about it. Made them come out with a round in the end. It only took them, what is that? I'm trying to do math in my head. 6 minutes to do that roughly. Not too bad for a round on Sunshine. They're 1-0 up now. We're on to a mid. Looks like same sort of rollouts for both teams once again, but the soldier aggression this time is so quick. Alien Smiley takes a lot of damage, but he's not out yet. Counter soldier aggression didn't find any immediate damage. There's a soldier around in Cafe now. Now Ora Elektro, you can see where they're playing. They're in this really awkward spot where they just kind of have to run away. Frenchies have just completely outmaneuvered them.
Yeah, AZN they're bombing in really early on, dying so early on as well. But I put that down to Alien's slow rollout. If Alien was faster, he definitely would have found that pick. But it's like Ron's now going to be bombing in, trying to go for some kind of sack attempt. Don't need to really do anything. But Duo has managed to slip behind. He has been spotted by AZN, but he's going to be causing some pressure in that backline now. So we're going to see what he can do. But I think they're going to wait for their spawn before they do anything. Duo now looking like it's going to get pinted in lower. Amarok goes in. Some great shots from him, and he picks up the kill.
Yeah, nicely done to shut down the soldier aggression. That was the Frenchies' key into the second door, unfortunately for them. Just not quite enough. Not able to find that pick. The response out of Aura was so clean. Now there's a soldier in as a response on to Patchouli. Doesn't get a rocket off. Patchouli cleanly 150 there as Joe tried to do something. Unfortunately doesn't manage to find anything, so it's kind of, the situation kind of evened itself out.
Yeah.
Oh!
He tried to go in and do something, but he just kind of got bounced against the wall and really couldn't escape the scouts. So now 2 soldiers down for Ora Elektro, and they're in a poor position here. Looks like Duo moving his way back out, just bobbing and weaving, trying to survive the aggression coming out from Ora, and they have managed to get all the points here claimed on the blue side, and looks like he's unable to really do anything here. He's just going to have to retreat back out to last with Trum in tow, and they're just going to be setting up for last.
That was such a nice capitalization off of the 1 kill onto AZN there. They do manage to find a return kill onto Duo, which means now the Frenchies, I mean, just by nature of how the Snakewater game went, and have to be a little bit careful. Nevo aggressing onto the flanker as well, onto the scout. It's Joe finding the opportunity to bomb in. He's not going to be able to find any further kills, though. He's going to have to be so careful now. Gets the pack, gets out. Lives with AZN just picking up resupply as well. So far it seems okay for neither side. They've not really found a kill. Cora are being very scarily aggressive in lobby. Playing on a knife's edge, they have to be careful. They have the sentry gun on last as well to fall back to, but it looks like in the end, Frenchies do manage to claim lobby with essentially up on last, though it's going to be difficult with Pyro up as well. This is the real challenge of TF2. If you think TF2 is hard, try pushing Sunshine last with the Sentry Gun and the Pyro. Good luck.
Yeah, this Ron's bombs in, and they find Eames with Duo as well. So they pick up the Demo Man, which is an amazing pick to find here. They still got Nevo, but looks like Ron's is going to drop to a long-range spam rocket. Nevo actually eats a flare gun and gets killed by arrow from Trum. Nice shot from him, and they do manage to kill the gun off. So actually, if I was on the French side, I would not be too happy about this. It opened up really well, and losing that extra player to the arrow kill, oof.
Yeah, that was a really nice arrow out of Chum. Also a really nice flare gun shot, honestly. That did a lot of work into lobby as well. Nevo, a lot of damage, just a lot of harass damage, honestly. It was a kill. 2 kills, shut down the French aggression. It's still even Ubers though. You can see they're just back in lobby once again. You can't really hold Sunshine lobby. It's very risky because it is quite easy to collapse on if you walk through balcony. It's a lot of free damage. You just get automatic high ground if the enemy's sitting towards the other side there. So instead, it's going to sit back up on last. This Pyro things. It's really difficult to push into him. This is he's trying to reflect stickies on okay.
Oh my god, the gun did so much work. They just destroyed 2. Yubi gets caught up by the stickies, and Rons just gets bullied into the corner by the level 2 guns. So unable to do anything here for the Frenchies. The Saxon absolutely thwarted. Great job from Ora with the read there. Amrock with the great gun placement. Now Joe's going to make his way into second here. Taking as much space as they can. They still have the power available to them for Nevo. He's not swapped off here, and he's getting a lot of aggression done on this left-hand side, with the rest of the team floating through the right-hand side door, but unable to really find anything here. Both soldiers are going to be retreating out through lower as fast as they humanly can. AZN is going to be trying to slip away and does do so. And it's going to be straight back to last for Ora Elektro.
The Frenchies, they managed to hold on that. That was absolutely crucial. Had they pushed out, they came up with the sniper as well. QB, because he's on that sniper, honestly, I feel like Ora, if they knew the sniper was there, they probably could have continued to push. The sniper wasn't in position to really shoot anything. He doesn't get a good position to shoot stuff until he's on last. A kill onto AZN is a really nice start for the Frenchies here, but Neo gets taken down immediately. You can still, the Frenchies, they're still being so aggressive. They managed to find a kill onto Joe. To Joe, he's just going to go down. The Sentry Gun's taken down. This is the Frenchies' opportunity. But with the kill onto QB, it's going to be difficult. The Pyro does so much work.
Oh my god, the Pyro. Airblast him across. But Alien's on the point. He's just going to be silent. Sticky's absolutely everywhere. It's so much. Captain down. Lots of damage dealt, but unable to capitalize with any more players in the tank there. Great little heads-up play, but unable to really make it happen for his team. But now, Patch still has a Zuba, and Ora Elektro here going to be getting onto second as fast as they can. Looks like they are going to start locking out this choke as well, and they will claim second. So pushing out this last hit for Ora Elektro.
Trum somehow, someway managed to live there on last. He's like 4 different people gunning for him. Still managed to survive through the help of this Pyro, which means that now they're trying to aggress onto mid here is Ora Elektro. But once again, they have to respect the high ground just a little bit. It's really difficult for them to push in right now. As, yes, it's an even Uber advantage. Still, neither medic popped there. So now with a kill into AZN, look at this. The Frenchies, they're going to try to re-aggress here.
Looks like they're going to make their way through Cafe here. Patchy with the Uber on with Neo in tow. They're going to be trying to just bully their way in here. They could go for a trade, but so Rom's bombing in only on half HP though, so he's just going to get immediately shredded by the scout combo. And the Force comes on the Patch like a meat grinder with these scouts, but looks like in return the Force did come through. Duo with the bomb there through Flowers managed to make it happen, so now it's even Ubers. Duo once again salvaging for the French side.
The spam out of Eames onto the choke meant that Patchouli had to respect the pipes flying in onto his face. He could not have saved that Uber any longer. It means that Ora Elektro, they've managed to come out of this holding second instead of last, which I don't know about you, I'd take that any day of the week. Instead now, we're just going to kind of set up. Soldier aggression once again through choke. Can't quite get into anything. Instead, they're just going to sit back. They do have about a 10-20% advantage. I don't think they'll push off this. There's absolutely no way. They could do it in theory, but Sunshine's just one of those maps where there's so much ground to cover. They're walking into Cafe. Maybe I'm going to have to eat my own words. I really don't agree with the play if they go for it. Instead, they're just trying to take some space. Luckily, they are regaining a little bit of sanity here.
Now we are seeing Ron's trying to go in for a bomb, whiffs it entirely. AZN's going to be bombing, return that onto Patch. It's great, and doesn't actually manage to get the last rocket off to get the Force. Unfortunately there, but they do lose Alien here. So Ora Elektro, they know no demo means we push. We're going to go in. They do pick up Neo straight away, and Eames into a choke for free, but it looks like he's going to get forced back by QB actually in the end. And another bomb's coming in from Duo. They have got a demo inside of Ora Elektro available to them here, so they should just back off here. They're in a terrible position in Cafe, unable to really make anything happen. Patch, though, in a great position, surviving the entire onslaught.
Patchouli just doing absolute God's work there, somehow keeping his team together after Demoman died. The scout went down as well, somehow able to keep his soldiers alive in the position to do the work they needed to do. Runs goes in for a little bit of a try and force. He actually got it. Trum goes down to almost no HP, and that Uber is so far away from anything blue that they are suddenly staring down the barrel of a massive Uber disadvantage. They do have position on second. It's not the worst position. They can, and probably, honestly, if you're Ora Elektro, you feel like you should be able to get the force out here as the Frenchies push into second. It is going to be their goal. You can see them postured already in Cafe. Gonna have to take care of Sticky's, gonna have to take care of soldiers, because it's doing a lot of work onto Alien already.
God, AZN just slipping around on the flank as well. Imagine to survive that initial bomb. So he's going to be actually behind them right now. Flowers trying to escape, but both scouts are there with the meat grinder just gunning him down. And Trump already up to 80%. He's been building this so well the entire time. The last push is about to fly in, and they do so. Aliens just bombing in all the way. Looks like they do manage to kill off the engineer straight away. Amarok dying here. This level 3 gun is going to get picked up as well. They have also picked up Joe, so 3 picks here, and Patch does go down right at the tail end of this. But looks like now they're going to be bombing in towards the point. Stickies are on it. Scout goes flying, the point presence is there, Neo's going to be seen on top of it, and they will get the capture.
That was so nicely played by the Frenchies. They got the position early on. They just went into the Uber. Yes, Trump managed to get the Uber out of his own, but they managed to take no position. The aggression was so good. They got the engineer kill, which honestly was so crucial. That sentry gun needed to die immediately because they didn't have the heals. They didn't have the sustained health to kill the sentry gun. They got that down. They got the other picks, and in the end, once their medic went down, yes, they did go down, but they had the position. There's aggression onto Eames here already, but it doesn't do any damage. Instead, Will's going to have to flee with his tail between his legs, and the mid should proceed with relative normality.
Yeah, looks like Dwoe there. He's going to be causing a lot of pressure onto that Cafe. Good first rock up to Trump, so Trump goes down to half here. He's going to have to retreat back into Cafe, so these heals are not going to be forward for the time being. So looks like now one's going to be bombing in. Great deny from Amarok there, just forces him back onto the tower. And looks like Trump now getting flanked through lower. Looks like QB's on top of him, but looks like Trump does survive. Alien's going in for the bomb. He's going deep. He goes down as well. So it looks like Ora Elektro here now on the front foot. They pick up Patch. Neo is the lone survivor. He does kill AZN, does kill Joe. Neo on a 2k currently. Can he find more? The answer is no, as Amarok shuts him down.
Amarok getting the kill onto Neo, finally shutting him down. And the kill onto Patchouli as well, so crucial. Suddenly Ora Elektro, they have 100% advantage here. It's 14, not 15 minutes left, as they have an Ubercharge advantage here. It's about 90%. It's going to get lesser and lesser, but it doesn't matter because that advantage is absolutely massive. The sniper out of Neo has to find a crucial headshot, has to find it at the very beginning of the push. The Uber almost always comes out immediately. The sniper on Sunshine last. I'm honestly not a big fan of it because of it, because he's going to have to find a kill right away. Chum, honestly, is going to have to get to flash someone. You can see Eames is gearing up towards this push already. The Uber comes in.
Looks like they're coming in on this left-hand side. We're not really doing too much with it so far. This gun has now been destroyed. Sticky's all over the point, so unable to play it at all. So they're going to go for Dwell on the flank, and they will manage to pick up eventually, but trying to flag. It looks like everyone's dying. What the hell is going on? Ron's with the bomb in. It looks like Ora Elektro just getting shredded here on this last point. They're going to try and kill off QB, but Patch has the beam loaded and up his butt, and now going to be running in together. Patch! What a bow! Incredible stuff.
Patchouli at the end just manages to save it. Honestly, I feel like the scouts could have probably won that had they been a little bit better coordinated. They could have just rushed in, waited for the heavy, or just not given heavy enough time to sort of heal back up even further. They could have just one-shot him. That's exactly what they did. And a medic is such an easy target. They could have coordinated that just a little bit better. I feel like that genuinely could have been an Ora Elektro round, but the soldier aggression now onto Choke means that Ora, they have to be careful here on second. It's a giant advantage for the Frenchies. It's a single headshot for AZN, getting started out of Cafe already. But Alien Smiley!
Alien, you don't run him like— Oh, Trump gets to absolutely bodied! Oh my god, they're just getting destroyed everywhere. The Frenchies are out in force.
They've managed to find themselves back in this. They're on the back for a little bit. The back cap comes out, doesn't work. The air shot onto Trump goes down. Sniper found one kill, but Alien Smiley in the meantime just piped the rest of his team. The Frenchies, they have a 40% advantage now. It's so big for them. Yes, they can't deny spawners here. They were stacking the point, trying to sort of get a crumb out of Ora Elektro, trying to get rid of the players. You can see the spam already is coming out. Joe has to get out of the forward spawn there. But the Frenchies, they have to posture. They have to take this aggression now. It's only 12 minutes left. Eventually, you're going to have to start playing this a little bit more aggressive and have to start going in. And I think like they're looking to do that through Cafe.
like AZN just trying to get some pressure towards that cafe zone, but looks like they're unable to make it happen as the Frenchies start flooding in towards the choke, and they are just going to start sticking off the show, and Eames retreating lower with Joe. They're going to make it all the way out. Trum up to 80% already, so if they're going to take the super into last, they need to go fast, and it looks like now they're going to be relaxing on second. They have their full Uber available to them, and they're going to be able to just relax, go for some kind of 4-10. They still have the clock with them. It's even scores, and they have them on their last with 11 minutes left, so they can take the slow them on, but Joe just goes in. That's a force onto Trum immediately. Great stuff.
That's so big for the Frenchies. Oh, really picking up there. So now AZN, he has to go for this Hail Mary play, but he's a soldier. Get the scout class and the pipes in the air. He's going to get shut down now. Whoa, he's going to come back in 2 seconds. He can even be there for the rest of his team on last. Nevo on Sniper. He has to find the headshot like Nevo before him. Couldn't. Neo, man, it tried to find it. Nevo instead. Now, these names are basically the same. It's pretty much impossible. Gonna have to find a headshot. It's gonna have to be immediately because Uber's in.
It looks like the Uber's in over on the right-hand side. Don't know what to do anything here. Looks like the gun's going to go down as well. Point press is already coming down. Sticky's currently on point, though. Eames doesn't get them straight away. Soldier Bomb's coming in, but looks like everyone on Ora Elektro is super weak. They kill off Trump, so nobody is available. Amarup on the point as the heavy, and Neo now over on the right-hand side. He's just been left for dead by his entire team. Nice rocket there from AZN. Stopping that bomb in. QB and Patchouli behind the point. And they're just going to retreat out here very wisely, unable to make anything else happen. And they're just going to retreat with their Uber advantage. So another shot in the tank for the French side.
I like the idea of the counter-aggression coming back in after they sort of got their health back. Unfortunately, just a little bit not coordinated enough. Unfortunately, Scout wasn't quite in position. They could have focused down that heavy. They could have killed him had they killed that heavy. It would have been enough, but a kill onto Eames would do just fine. Instead, it's going to be Ron's over-committing just a little bit, and that's going to... It's definitely not going to help the Frenchies, right? It takes the wind out of the sails a little bit because they want to go in. They really need everyone alive to sort of get this successful Sunshine last push in. It is so difficult. The sentry gun is coming back up. The Frenchies now are in through under.
Looks like they're coming in with a Zuba on towards the point. They're trying to get Eames to death the stickies, but wisely he's not doing so. And it looks like they're just going to put 2 scouts there. He has now death the sticks. There are 6 available soldiers come in to defend that point. The heavy is out the spawn door. It looks like they haven't picked up the demo as well. Ron's in onto the point. Great damage has been dealt, but they can't find it. The Frenchies once again with a whiff push. Now Trum has full Uber to push out of last with.
This is so big for Ora Elektro. They're suddenly not out of this round. Losing a round with this much time left is absolutely crucial. There is a scout behind, though, and lower Bobby. Not sure he's going to be able to get lost in time because Ora Elektro all over the point. There has to be a soldier block coming in. They're actually trying to do this. They're trying to get this back cap, but it's a force instead, which, I mean, you take that any day of the week. Yes, there's a scout somehow still behind. Yeah, Neo's just on last, but they get the cap. Okay, it's fine. Ora not quite out of this, but they lost the Uber charge, so the French aggression is coming back in with the soldier on last. It means everyone else is going to get cleaned up. Maybe the strat on Sunshine last is not actually push Sunshine last, just push Sunshine second, wipe the enemy team. It's just fine for them. They're 90% now. They don't quite have it. They have to be careful here. But a kill into Joe. This looks like it's going to be it for the Frenchies. They have to push in right now.
Looks like they're heading in, and looks like it's going to be a top right Uber. They're coming in. They do use it out. No one's on point. It's going to be a round here, man. 8 minutes still remaining on the clock, but that play on second, absolutely incredible. Neo goes into last, causes a massive distraction. 2 players go back for him. They flood in through the choke. They kill the team, get the ad, push to last. Incredible stuff coming out from the Frenchies there. And Ora Elektro now going to be quaking in their boots coming into this next mid. So I'm going to be feeling for them here coming in. I don't know what they're going to do here. I mean, they need to get around in 8 minutes, and they need to play calm and collected still. I think they will, because they've got that Prem experience behind them as mid-fight kicks off here. Ora are going to be making their way over to the left-hand side. The Frenchies doing the same. Looks like we've got another team coming in, but AZN in with the bomb in the corner, but just feeds and kills himself. Not a single point of damage dealt by the enemy team. And now Joe going to be trying to take the space as well, but looks like now Ora in a terrible position. Tron goes in, gets popped up, doesn't die though. Looks like they do manage to keep him alive as the players glance around him. Alien's in the bomb, picks him up. Incredible stuff.
Alien wants a series out of this. He doesn't want the semi-finals to be over in 2 maps. Yes, the rest of his team is down, but Patchouli has made it back to last with a soldier. He's got an 80% advantage. AZN is on the sniper immediately. He knows what kind of situation they're looking in for. He's going to have plenty of time, honestly. There's aggression coming out of Ron's, but he's just going to get shut down by a nice... out of Eames. There's a scout on the high ground as well. These soldiers, they have a lot of work cut out for them here. They're trying to be aggressive onto Ora Elektro, but as Ron's getting taken down already, they have to be careful. Suddenly, all of a sudden, this sniper aggression out of AZN, he's still not quite in position, actually. He's really far back, not able to shoot a second. As there we go, the Uber comes out there onto Trump. Nobody's with him. They just got the kill.
That was Okay, that was a great heads-up play there from the Frenchies to use that Uber out of them, but very poor positioning getting capitalized on as a result. Trum there, sitting way too close to the choke, in the choke versus full Uber disad. Just terrible read on the game from Ora. Maybe they're a bit of shambles here, but looks like they're going to just be able to take mid here for the side of the Frenchies. The forward spawners do come in for Ora Elektro, though. They're going to be trying to get in through Cafe, but they've all stuffed themselves into a choke versus Ron. So it's Ron versus the world. Joe does get in, but he's getting shredded by these scouts. Goes down, but Patchouli gets destroyed by AZN. So it looks like now they're going to be heading in with the rest of their players, going for a sack tank. QB is in. He goes down to a body shot, and the last remaining player is going to be Duo. Bombs in for the sniper, misses the rocket, and just dies immediately in the choke.
So hard for France to play the game if AZN just immediately kills your med on mid. That's such an angle as well from him. He just goes in and takes the shot. Normally, you, as Patchouli, you think you'd be safe there. But because AZN just over-aggressive completely and is able to hit the hero shot, it puts Ora Elektro in such a commanding lead in this round. They have the Uber advantage. Nevo, once again, is up on the sniper to try and counter AZN. But AZN, honestly, he's been feeling it. He's been hitting multiple headshots. So difficult for France to play the game when the sniper is going off as he is.
They pick up the gun immediately with the body shot onto it, and now they have no gun that they need to destroy as it currently was not built, and this heavy comes on the left-hand side. Neo goes out on the pyro, doesn't do anything here, and QB doing a lot of damage to Eames, but unable to really find anything. Trump does go down as well, and it looks like these soldiers, Ron's are just ripping them a new arsehole. It looks like Patchouli also gets a kill to Eames as well, unable to do anything here as Joe bombs in from the point. Hail Mary there, but gets demolished by aliens straight away.
Yeah, that was not the cleanest push ever. We were talking about it, right? Sunshine, I think we've seen it. Sunshine Lost is really hard to push. Yes, you have the sniper, and yes, it is almost entirely useless when you are sort of pushing in. But because it's up, you had this heavy that comes in super late into the fight, where most of the ammo has already been spent out of the pushing team, which means the heavy is so difficult to take care of. Eames has to be careful here on mid. He can just get shut down. The aggression onto the scout as well. Amarok just gonna get taken down here. Ora Elektro, they have to sit in their own choke. They have no business being anywhere near mid.
That was the cheekiest sticky from Alien. He knew he was going to back up. He just walked straight into that sticky, picks up that frag, and now they have Ad plus a player going into this point here. So Ora Elektro, they need to pick their sack wisely, and they have opted for AZN close to the choke as he bombs around, and unfortunately Patch backed up to fire an arrow, so he's not in position to get bombed on here, and it looks like now we're going to see just even fights here. Looks like Patch doesn't want to push anymore, which is very wise considering they're 2-1 up with 4 minutes remaining on this clock. They can just wait now if they wanted to, but I mean, it's not the most reliable point to pincer a team on, so they're going to have to try and still make something happen here on the second point.
Yeah, Ora Elektro as well is totally in the power. This is so coming in, and
Glow is just
has to pop it out of fear, but they're popping it through this cafe, and the counter comes in immediately. Demo Man and Scout, yes, it's a soldier from Ora behind, but Joe just get taken down, and now the Scout does get denied by that. Demo Man juggles him up into the air. Yo going down now, it means there's no brutal presence on the second, and Alien Spiley taken down as well. The Frenchies are so far back, they've been routed by Ora Elektro. They have to run back out of last. The Orons is dead as well. It's a Scout, a soldier spawning.
Oh, no.
Patchouli as well. Trum even has advantage here.
Duo's on mid. No, he went for the rocket!
Oh!
He fires off No! No! He fired it off of Tetris. No!
That's a sad moment for Duo there. So unfortunately, just what happens. Now Trum has 40% advantage. You can see they're so quick actually. They're already in.
Looks like they're going to be all the way onto last with the supercharges. Canton's coming down from Nevo. He's on top of this point. Oh, great rockets once again. Ron's just carrying his team. So much good damage has been dealt. The soldier bomb comes in, but they're unable to do anything here once again. The blue soldiers salvaging everything for the French side.
Duo and Rons have gone somewhere and flipped a switch. So much damage, so quick, means that Ora Elektro's HP goes from 1 million to 0 in like 2 seconds. It was insane, the amount of damage that Rons and Duo were able to do there. And now Ora Elektro are back onto mid. They lose AZN in the process. They popped the Uber though, that's actually huge. I didn't get to see that. The force came out. AZN, that's really good all of a sudden. Ora Elektro, not doing too shabby here.
Yeah, the force came in. They wanted to save Ron's life. They thought there were more players in, but unfortunately couldn't do anything here. It looks like the Uber is going to come in from the Ora Elektro team. They managed to get on top of Patch. Patch surfs it around the corner. He surfs the scattergun shot, Wan, and survives. Incredible stuff there from Patch. Really well-timed jump there as he manages to get all the way through back onto second. So Neo and Ron's currently dead. So two-player advantage for Ora Elektro, and they can go with it. There's no Uber available, so this Uber advantage that they have basically means nothing if you don't have this Uber. They're just going to be flooding in. Amrock pressuring onto the shutter. QB is out, and they claim the second point now. It's exactly what you need if you're Ora with 1 minute 30 remaining on this clock.
They pretty much have to dry push this, get a force, leave, and come back in with another Uber of their own. They have to somehow get this Uber force out pretty much right now. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. Ora Elektro, they don't have time to spare. They have to get around. They have to get it pretty much now. They're one way into this, but it's so hard for them to even get in onto last. They haven't been able to really crack this nut before. They're going to have to do it with an Uber disadvantage. Slowly turning into even Ubers. They're going to have to take a trade here. This looks so hard for them. I don't know how they're going to be able to do this.
The pump push is incoming. They're flooding into this left-hand side door, but they're all just eating damage. But Sentry Gun does go down. Eames with the pipes, though. Managing to land them at long range. Cap time coming down.
Point.
They've cleared the stickies. There's so much cap time down. There's so much pressure. Neo and also Ron's on the shutter door. They're so weak. They're bumping over. They're going to get the point. The Uber comes out for the blue team. And the red team views as well. They're going to save Nevo's life with it. And they're just going to try and salvage. No one has died. Amrock
30 seconds.
Go down. 30 seconds already on the clock. Nevo can go for it. It looks like they're bombing in here. Both sides once again. Ron's in with the bomb. He's just denying absolutely everything. Joe's going to try and get on top of it. Eames is too weak to continue this fight. He's going to have to retreat back to lobby, receive an arrow, and they're just going to have to go for the Hail Mary. There's so much cap time down that they could make it happen. Can they make it happen here, Wan?
It's 20 seconds. They have to go for it. All their players are alive. They're on point. It's so much cap time. But the soldiers, again, they've done so much work. There's no one in for Ora Elektro. This scout just has 1 second to get onto the point, and it's not enough. The Frenchies, they clutch it out and make it a series.
We have a game on our hands. 2-1 to the Frenchies. Nail biter of an end right there. I honestly thought that Nevo there was going to clutch it out for his team. Unable to make it happen here. GG's all round. Incredible stuff. We're going to be moving on to Gully Wash as our map decider. It is singular limb, so we will be saying goodbye to one of our French teams, and one team will be moving on in this official. So, Wan, can you predict this last map? I mean, the stats would definitely say that Gully Wash would be in favour, but the Frenchies just pulled out all the stops.
I think, honestly, this comes down to mostly just how difficult Sunshine Last is to push. We saw both teams try and fail time and time again to try and make something work, but the Sentry Gun heavy combination is just too much HP, coupled with the ground you have to cover to try and get in onto last successfully, and then also kill the players to be able to stand on the point. It's so difficult. We saw that the riddle was only able to be solved 3 times for about 30 minutes, which is about around 10 minutes. Really hard. Look at the damage numbers as well. Eames was trucking them the whole game. But somehow it just wasn't enough. The Frenchies were just able to, just weird sort of round situations. Well, honestly, it feels like Ora Elektro just ended up trading players and losing. The Frenchies managed to find a way forwards and actually take this in the end. They were so close to losing at the end there. Runs and Duo, I don't know what they had for breakfast. Please tell me, because I want to be good at Soldier 2.
I don't know how someone gets 13 kills and then 10k damage in this game. It's actually mental to me how that's happened. But on the other side as well, we got Nevo top fragging with 22 frags to his name in this match, just denying all these soldiers. I mean, having said that, Duo once again with a stellar performance in this match. Honestly, I would just paint him as the MVP for this. Ron's as well with some incredible plays. So both these soldiers for this French side, nothing to laugh at. This soldier combo has become more and more powerful as the season has come on. But an unfortunate game, I think, for Neo and QB. They spent most of their time off class and last, but they really did manage to convert these rounds through, keeping Patch alive for the foreseeable. Because, I mean, if you look at the deaths for Trum as well, he died 8 times, Patch only dying to the 5 times. That is actually a huge margin in slow games like these.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. And unfortunately, I mean, for Ora Elektro now, a little bit of a back foot. Honestly, I don't think they expected to go to Gully Wash. I still think, we were talking about this earlier, I still think it's favorable for Ora Elektro here. Just the way that they play. I feel like, honestly, they were still outmaneuvering the Frenchies for most of this. But honestly, just in the end, in the clutch moments, the Frenchies came out time and time again. And if you want to win TF2, you have to be clutch. That's just part of the game. Wow.
Yeah. So the final scoreline for Gully Wash was actually concede ruled, where the French team conceded to Ora Elektro and they won 6-1 as the victory. But I mean, you know, I don't know what to say really. If you're going to be the French team, you got to be scared about Gully Wash here. I mean, Eames is on top form, 10k damage in the last map, and he's coming into the map which is known for Demo Man prowess. I mean, Alien himself is no slouch on the demo, but Eames really seems to be shining in this game. But on the other side as well, one thing I don't tend to mention is that Joe also has been just entirely popping off this entire time. Got shut down a little bit in the last game, QB with some great shots just to clean him up most of the time, but we're going to see he needs to perform as well on this map, because against Rons, he's got some very creative bombs on the mids, and he honestly can carry Gully mid fights in the past, and has done so.
I think especially we're talking about how important the demo man is. I think another thing that you have to realize is that I think besides maybe I guess clear cut technically, it doesn't feel like that way when you're playing it, but like maybe sort of looking at it from the outside, Gully Wash seems to be the most soldiers centric map we have in the pool. If there's a map where it's nice to have your soldiers in duo and runs absolutely popping off, it's probably Gully Wash. It is a map where you could do big things, not only as the demo man, but as a soldier as well. They're firing on all cylinders. Maybe it's enough to stop Eames here.
It's one of the golden three. The golden three being Snake Water, Gully Wash, and Process, of which we've seen Snake Water and Gully Wash. So, I mean, these teams, right, it's going to come down to which team has probably played this the most. And Ora Elektro have probably not played as many times as the Frenchies. So I can't reliably say Ora Elektro, but because the way the Frenchies played in that last map really just showed that they have what it took to make it happen. And we'll see if they can pull out some similar shenanigans. But, I mean, the spacing is much different. Like you mentioned, Soldier's going to be a lot more impactful. Scout's going to be less impactful. But for both of these teams, both of them had strong Soldier combos, strong demos. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Ora Elektro, just based off past results, is all we can go off of.
Yeah, I honestly think so too. I think the aggression that they had just doesn't work that well for Sunshine compared to the other two maps that we are playing tonight. We saw it on Snakewater where their ability to just go in immediately. It's so much better on a map where there isn't as much space to cover because the player advantages are just so much more crucial. On a map like Gully Wash as well, you can just walk in through choke and take second immediately, basically. Or you can just walk in through big door and take second immediately, depending on what you want. It's going to be very difficult. The Frenchies, they have to be on their toes here. They cannot get caught out because if they do, they're just going to lose. Honestly, Aura, if they can catch out Frenchies repeatedly, make some mistakes, or make them make some mistakes, they're just going to win.
Yeah, it's going to be... I want to see if anyone's going to do the patented baby door shove at some point as well. That's probably my favourite maneuver on Gully Wash, honestly, is just seeing people shove baby door. Sacrifice a scout through it and just like run through until last. That's quite hilarious when that happens. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to predict. Scoreline-wise, not going to be able to say because I don't know. And also, if anyone knows me, they know I'm terrible at predicting games. I think I was 0 for 0 last season.
0 for 0, so you didn't predict anything?
I didn't predict at all. Oh. And the season before that, I was just wrong every time. So I just, didn't make any predictions the next season. Also, I was wrong on all of my TI predictions as well.
Oh, so this is where you go and you pick the team that you want to lose, and you predict them to win.
I mean, 0 for 1 this season then, off the back of it. Look, I want to give it to I'm an underdog fan. Who isn't an underdog fan? Let's see Raccoon Man take a silver medal in Premiership. Ron's deserving it. Honestly, he's been playing so well. I'm going to... Frenchies, let's go.
Nice. Okay, you've successfully cursed the Frenchies. Love to see it. Lucky. You have completely hampered your cast of the season vote as a result. The entire Frenchie community is in shambles. It is what it is. But they're readying up. Here we go. It's the final map, guys. Map number 3, Gully Wash. It's got Ora Elektro versus the Frenchies. We've gone the distance. It's a playoff semi-final here. Winner plays Witness Gaming in the final. We're on mid. Looks like
now we are on the mid. Duo's going to be bombing up early onto AZ and they pick him up straight away, but Duo dies for it. Bronze dies as well. Amazing counter here coming out from Aura in a very, very defensive position, but they make it work. And they're going to pick up the first mid.
Yeah, that was big. Look at the HP on the side of the Frenchies as well. It's one buff scout, but Pachuli's like 80 HP. Just chilling on last. He can't really do anything. And Ora Elektro, they are so aggressive because Nevo just finds a kill onto Alien Smiley. No demo man. Ora should just go right now.
Yeah, Ora needs to go, and Joe is already into water. Get a bit of space, but Rons is there with the deny. Does manage to pick up that kill, shut down that aggression. Nevo now moving in as well. Great job there from QB just to kill him off as well. So all of the aggression now in the bin. Neo is up in river and doesn't find anything at all. A bit of damage into Tron, but not enough to get anything done.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just kind of got picked off by, like, the water play, unfortunately. Ron's just a step ahead, manages to counter it pretty nicely. So now, I mean, the Frenchies have managed to stabilize that back on last, which we've been here before, on a different map, of course, but Gully Wash is another one of those maps where it's really actually super difficult to push last. It's going to be hard for Ora Elektro to sort of figure out a way to get in, to find the frags you need to find. Pyro on Sentry Gun on this map is obnoxious as all hell. As the soldier class, you don't get to do anything. Nevo has decided to play Spy.
Yeah, I think this is good, actually. I don't think that you're going to get away with the sniper with Duo being there in main. I think going for the spy straight away is an educated maneuver versus this side, because if you get a sniper now and you don't have this presence in lobby already established, then there's going to be an issue, because Duo's just going to shut you down no matter what happens. So now Nevo does manage to slip in. Unable to spam that main doorway, they cause a distraction on River, and he is now in the last. They pick up AZN, so that's one pick now to the side of the Frenchies. Basically two, with this Spy being on last, unable to really do anything here. And now Patch is going to try and get... going to maybe be stabbed by Nevo, but I don't know. He has to move into a very, very weird position for that to happen. He's so defended, it looks like Nevo does walk up, though.
He's found a good angle forwards. I'm honestly pretty impressed with Pyro up as well. It just means that Nevo has to be so careful, but he just bumps a soldier coming up from respawn. No. Runs! He doesn't even know it, but he saves his team. A lot of heartache there. Getting the sentry gun. Look at Drum. He's down to 13. He hasn't popped.
He's got massive balls.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, Heart of Steel.
Oh my god.
To say. And now Eames is actually sticking up the point. They want to do some point aggression here. I like this a lot out of Ora Elektro. They're trying to get aggressive here. They know what they want. The scout is going to be clearing the sticky bombs. Soldier has to be careful as well. And this point aggression means that suddenly the French is going to be very split. It allows Izzian to go and spam the gun. He can't actually bomb in. They can't get onto the medic. The sort of sentry gun is the only thing basically holding them together on the French side. They almost get the kill into Eames. Nice little rockets there out of Duo. Not quite enough with the point play comes in. Now the pain train out of Joe doesn't get the capture, but look at the capture time. This is when Ora Elektro have to be careful. They send in a scout.
Okay, so I've spoken to Eames about this before. This is the patented pressure cooker. You pressure from every single doorway, and then with that aggression, you manage to get the stickies on the edge of the point and play from behind water. You just play every angle humanly available, and looks like now they're panicking, trying to put stickies on this point. But once again, Eames slowly placing those stickies on the point. Capsule starting to come in. Alien goes for it. Looks like Nevo's pushed him away from this point.
Oh my god, no.
Oh no, very close though. They're continuing to try it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. I think it's a really good way of sort of trying to split the forces, because if you let the Frenchies just death ball up in a corner around the sentry gun, it's so hard to push into them. Rons is trying to go for these sack plays once the player out of Nevo goes down, but in the meantime, I mean, he's not able to find anything. He's doing a lot of damage to multiple team members, but Ora Elektro can just keep spamming, keep playing this point. Eventually, one team has to break, and because of the positioning that Ora Elektro has, it looks like it's just going to have to be the Frenchies.
Yeah, the Frenchies here are trying to desperately build a sentry gun once again. I appreciate that QB is using the stock flamethrower now instead of the D-Greasy. Get more air blast, ladies and gentlemen. Please be aware. Looks like AZN now in River going to try and spam that gun, but the Pyro once again is there, and they're going to require a little bit more than just the soldier to spam this gun to take it down. They do get the Demoman now involved. Half HP demolished on the sentry, but once again just getting healed up by the NG, so they're trying their best to destroy this gun, but it's going to be too difficult here. Oh, no, they do get it in the end. Eames with the rollers.
Nice little cast to cuss there. Love to see it. Has to happen at some point. As with the sentry gun down now, actually, you can see the level 1 is up, but the level 1 is not that scary compared to the level 3. It's so much easier to push, but Eames does to be careful because he does so much damage. The Pyro does everything. He makes everything he tries to do so much worse. The soldier cannot bomb anywhere near the point. Ora Elektro, they can keep doing this. They can keep killing this gun. They can keep pressuring the point. And eventually, I mean, once again, we're saying this. It feels like it's just an inevitability. They keep playing this point.
Yeah, they're just going to continue to play the point until something breaks or snaps in the psyche of Patchouli. I mean, he's going to have to... I bet they're focusing, right, on the play where they're going to be able to go for a point play and then just sack a player, which is a very typical thing we've seen on Gully Wash lasts. And, I mean, that's the best and most reliable way of forcing a medic, in my opinion, on this last point. So... But, you know, of course it's got to be the Frenchies who decided they would run a perma-pyro in mid-division, cough Olga. He's probably smiling right now at this pyro that they've got on last, but I mean, it definitely does well. Once again, Sticky's on the edge of the point here. They need to move them out of the way.
Sniper in main this time out of AZN does a lot of damage to the soldier. The cap is almost there. They have to be so careful once again. The sniper adds a little bit of different flavor to it, but they found a kill onto Eames, no demo man. Means that a lot of the pressure onto the Frenchies has been alleviated, and now that demo pick means that they want to move forward here.
Yeah, you just reflect the Stickies back onto Eames' face and he kills himself. That's pretty much how you get those kills. But it looks like now we do see Ora Elektro, Eames on the respawn, and Nevo, and QB gets headshot by AZN. Nevo gets picked off, but it doesn't mean anything here. Patchouli gets body shot and dropped!
Oh no! He stood there for so long. I feel like after you get the kill onto QB, you just have to walk back. You can see they didn't want to go for the push, but unfortunately a moment of indecisiveness means that the sniper has enough time to charge up the body shot. But surely is one shot, that's 100% advantage for Trum now. They're walking in through shutters.
Send it, boys! They're into last. Eames now just trying to pressure on the right side shove. Alien in behind the point. The Uber didn't get across the point here, Wan. And now Ron's, it goes in. He does die, but the Sticky's still available. And on point, Alien is down to half HP. They're bombing in. They're getting the cap time down, and it's going to be the first round.
If it bends, it will break. Ora Elektro, they managed to seize up a round after 8 minutes of constant pressure. They got the mid 8 minutes ago and spent so long working towards that, and unfortunately just a little bit of indecisiveness from the French side. Trying to push up top was all that they needed to get onto last and get the round going. Now with a round up on Gully Wash, we said it before, this round is so crucial. The Frenchies, they have to respond now.
AZN going in for an early bomb in towards Duo, trying to just force that soldier out of his own elbow, but now we're seeing an even mid. Looks like Duo going to go for a bit of pressure with Joe, and they are unable to really do anything here. And Duo has to go all the way back to Big Door, super weak. Amber's on the chase, and he will pick up this frag onto Duo on Big Door as well. Joe also trading out his life, so no soldiers either way. And it looks like we've got a soldier trying to get a drop down here. It's going to be Ron's, and they are going to have to retreat back up this choke. It looks like Eames, though, still in. They're still taking this fight very slowly. It's still even players available with Alien and Patch both going weak, and Alien in fact dying here. So it looks like now we've got Nevo running across the point onto Q. He picks up that frag, and now Ora, they're continuing the aggression here, Wan. They won second as well, with no one available to capture mid, might I add.
Oh, I love this. The medic is caught out, but surely has to run to mid here. They're so caught out, but it's a kill onto Nevo. The solo comes in, but oh no, they break for just a second. They managed to find that one kill, but this is such a mess on second. There's no blue players. They have to get the soldier kill, but if you're Ora Elektro, you don't want to take this, honestly. They're down 2 players. They had to pop the Uber themselves. The Frenchies, somehow, they came out ahead in that situation.
Oh no, the Frenchies now moving in. Looks like they've still got this pick up to AZN. Joe holding coach. The choke gets picked up by the flank bombing in from Big Door. And now they lose mid, but Neo does go down here. So now they're in a situation, even Ubers, and both teams having 1 player down each. Neo being the scout and Joe being the soldier. It should even up here for both teams. We should see a little bit of a stalemate coming out here. But the Frenchies have been playing this kind of fast and loose aggressive style with their soldiers. So we'll see once they get this respawner if they're going to make things happen here. I do think that we're going to see a bit of a Big Door shove.
Yeah, I mean, the Big Door shove is a classic. It's a little bit difficult with the high ground sort of being in the way that it is for the French side. It's going to be difficult to really take some space, and though the soldier counter aggression does come in. It's going to be difficult. Eames setting up some stickies, but he's going to take some damage in return as well. Spam being exchanged for both sides, pushing onto Gully Wash second is another conundrum that many a TF2 player has faced in the past. They're difficult, they're different solutions. All of them are kind of annoying, to be honest. You can pressure into Big Door. Sort of the classic, you run in, sort of try and maybe send a player through lower, get onto last, get in behind, do some work, but at the same time, it's kind of difficult. Alien Smiley's really close, it has to be careful. Losing a demo man on either side right now would mean that the other team just gets a free point. Especially if you are Ora Elektro. Eames going down, bad news. You'd have to be on last, and you have to honestly be watching not to just lose the round straight up. You have to be careful here. Alien Smiley a little bit more leeway, but still cannot go down. Drops down to 69 HP. It's a funny number. Thank you for that.
So now they're still trying to go for this big door shove, but Eames is doing a really good job of staving them off. Looks like that's why we're going to be bombing in. This is what I mean. They're just going to send it in, and good damage on the ATM, but nothing else claimed. Very tailored response to the way that Ora moved their heals there with the soldiers just backing them out immediately here. And now they could go for a very, very fast choke sack attempt if they wanted, but it looks like they still want to keep this pressure up a big door. They don't want to rotate their heals just yet, so they're going to see what they can obtain from this. AZN still playing very close to the door, though. He does not want to provide them any room whatsoever. They haven't managed to get any players in behind either, and I think they're afraid that Eames has managed to get a couple sticks above this door.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult here. Once again, French aggression. Look at how far in Alien Smiley is, because Rons, in the meantime, just walks through choke and gets the force onto Trump. They might lose a scout for it here as well. They're actually 2 dead. This is not that great of a position for the Frenchies. They're stuck on the point. They have to pop this, and they don't really have any players because suddenly they're 3 down. They're stuck in their own banana here.
Oh my god. Oh no, my god.
Got absolutely sent to Mars. They all go down, but I mean, honestly, whoa.
He absolutely twatted him with that pipe. Oh my god, that was mental. Oh, just destroyed him. And it looks like now we've got Trum with his Ubrad in tow. Patchouli to go down in all of the fighting. So looks like now we've got Duo up on the spy. We've got French people playing the spy class, ladies and gentlemen. It's canon.
Yep. Chum's at 50% advantage, though. It's working in their favor. He has to play Spy. He has to do it fast, honestly, because Ora Elektro, Chum already 75% here, means that the Spy has to get in. He has to get a kill pretty much immediately. He is in behind. He's onto lobby. There's a lot of distraction. He tries to settle for the engine. No, but he just doesn't get it. He cloaks out. He's still alive somehow. He's 2 HP. No, no, no. How?
Oh, he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught.
Way.
He's running
no
away.
way.
He escapes. He gets back into the spawn. Sticky's currently on the point there. Looks like Alien's just sat behind it trying to defend the point desperately. The capture time is coming down. He's forced out of water. And it looks like they have lit the flame under their butts. And they get on the point. It's going to be 2-0.
That was so close for Duo to just get anything. Had he got that kill onto Eames, it would have been massive. The Uber, honestly, from Ora Elektro was so close to being a disaster. He did. While not actually getting a kill, he managed to delay them for so long with that spy play that it honestly looked like Patchouli was going to get the Uber and they were going to be able to counter it. Unfortunately, however, Ora just a little bit too quick on that point. It means they get another round, and now 17 minutes. Frenchie's not out of it, but they're definitely on the back foot being down 2 rounds. The immediate soldier aggression finds, honestly, absolutely nothing. QB's dead already.
Yeah, AZN running nice on there. Nevo running as well. Gets Rons. Eames does go down here in return. And good spam here onto Trum, but unable to get anything else done. Looks like now Patchouli's in drop down. He hits his kill by Neo, goes down to AZN in the back line. It's going to be a full wipe for this mid.
Eames will gladly trade his life for a full wipe on the enemy team. This is a situation as the Frenchies where you have to be so scared. The kill onto Eames doesn't matter. You have to kill Patchouli in that situation. Unfortunately, Duoj is not in position to be able to shoot the rockets onto Patchouli. He has to go for Eames, and he's just not a big enough consolation prize for it to really be worth it. They end up getting wiped on the middle. Neo on the sniper now has to find a hero shot because the Frenchies are staring down the barrel of a 90% advantage here. Trum has full Uber charge. He's walking in through Shutter.
Uber comes in and they are going to get on top of this gun. They do manage to only just destroy it now. They try and get this Uber across the point. Looks like they do kill Alien straight away. Point pressure comes down. They've got so many players in water. They're going to get on top of this point. And it looks like the players are falling towards it. Looks like QB is going to go down on this point. Receives out of Patch. He's defending it. Patch with the incredible arrows. Keeping his heavy alive. AZ in the back of the point. Looks like he goes as well. Looks like he's alive for a long. Oh, 3-0 is the scoreline. Ora Elektro though pulling it out.
Patchouli trying with the heroics there at the end, but unfortunately, the player advantage for Ora Elektro is just not enough. 3-0 now. Starting to look a lot more dominant from the side of Ora Elektro. The Frenchies, they need an answer on the mid-fights. They have not gone their way, and they need to figure out something. The soldier aggression just wasn't it. Ora Elektro now on the enemy side. A lot of damage early on to Trum, actually. They have to be careful.
Looks like now Duo is going up through drop down. Rons is in as well. Great damage into Trum. They pick up Trum and Eames straight away. The 2 picks that you definitely want here. QB retreating back to his team. They have to keep Patchouli alive, and I think that they need to leave this mid straight away. Looks like QB's going to be going towards the edge here, and looks like they've got 2 flank players in for Ora as well. So the situation now on the mid where they have to be worried about these 2 players in the back. But if they move forwards together as a unit, they should be just fine.
Looks like Amarok is attempting a little bit of a spawn camp right now. He's sitting on second while AZN is in through drop down. He's just going to try to get out of big door, but he flubs the rocket jump. He's still managing to get out. No, he's taking 1v1 with the scout. Don't advise that. He just ends up getting taken down by Duo. But in the meantime, Amarok on the spawn cap has found a kill into Rons. They trade it 1-for-1. Now Amarok is in behind. He is going to be spotted out in this choke area. It's going to be difficult for them, but he could delay them for longer. Trum is 50%. The Frenchies have to go, 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 because they can't give up this advantage. They're down 3 rounds. It's only 14 minutes. They have to go quick, but there's a player in behind still. He's still on mid. Runs. He just wants to play the game.
The Uber is now in, though. They get on top of the gun. They do manage to clean it up here, but they don't manage to find anything else just yet. They're trying to kill off Joe, who's currently playing the rim, and they kill off Neo. Looks like QB now heading in towards water. They kill off Eve. This demo man being dead is a huge deal here, and the repush could come in from the French side at any point. Rons does go in. He gets picked up straight away, and it looks like now Trum is about to get his Uber charge. They do so, and looks like Patchouli is going to get roasted alive by this Pyro.
Yeah, unfortunately, the player kills just don't come out for the French side. It's a single follow-up kill into Amarok. But it looks like, honestly, him delaying runs for so long meant that the 5v5 push was enough for Ora Elektro to keep them back. And now they've successfully, they've repelled the push. They have 100% advantage. Neo is on Sniper in the forward spawn. But it is a weird angle on the middle to try and snipe someone as he just goes back onto Scout instead. They're sitting in their own choke, but what can they realistically do on this mid? They have to just stay back in their own choke. They can't lose players here. They lose players now. They just have to go all the way back to last.
Release Duo into the wild. He gets destroyed. Never mind. Looks like they do pick up AZN, though. It is an even trade here. But Ora Elektro are going to be taking this one directly into second with their Uber advantage that they have available to them. Into Big Door, it looks like is going to be the push here. And it looks like Eames is going to be leading the charge with Nevo. And there's no stickies on this door whatsoever. They're going to be playing top as well. So they need to retreat out here. Neo might actually get caught here. They do manage to find the scout pick. And that could open things up towards the last massively here for Ora Elektro.
Joe is kind of chilling in his enemy Big Door. Gets dropped down to about 50 HP, but that's just fine by him because it's still, I mean, it's even Ubers now, right? But the pressure cooker, it seems like it's probably going to be back on. Pressure coming out already, and the Frenchies now, they have to be careful because you can see the scout is already there and lower. But it's a kill by Rons onto Amarok, and the pressure cooker might be a little bit faulty, as might want to turn that back into the store. Someone needs to take a look at it.
Get a receipt, send it back. Unable to do anything here, but they sent both soldiers forward, so that really does open up other things across the rest of the last point. But it looks like, as well, we do have a banner. Joe currently has 100%
the
Italian backup.
The bomb out of Rons and Duo, though. They get the force out of Trum. Trum goes all the way down to 38 HP. It's still kind of worrying for the French side because they have to be so careful of these back caps. There's a scouting through lower. They're stuck in an awful position, but Nemo! He just finds the drop onto Patchouli. This is huge. There's a guy in the back cap as well, and suddenly it's just 4-0 for Ora.
Yeah,
disaster for France.
You have to be really, really, really aware that if you take that long to push out of last, that a back cap eventually is going to slip through. You're going to slip somewhere, and they do so. Unfortunately, losing around there. Keck France in chat, if you please. But looks like now we've got another mid-fire in our hands. 4-0 currently to Ora Elektro. Coming into this mid, the Frenchies need to make a massive turnaround here. Eames getting bombed immediately. They kill him off at the start of this mid. Both soldiers flying in there. Looks like they want to get the first pick.
Rons
is going to safely back in his own Big Door. Trum going down. Is this the turnaround here, Wan?
It's definitely a good start. It's a beginning. Another kill onto Amarok means the Frenchies can sit so passively. They can just wait for Ora to come to them. Soldier bomb into Patchouli, and he finds it. AZN. What a bomb. There's a taunt out of QB on the low ground. But is it really cause of celebration when they manage to find your med?
Joe writing interesting taunt in the chat as well. I'm fairly certain he missed the point of that one, but here we are. But now we're seeing a little bit of frustration coming up from the from the French side, a little bit of all chat there. But second cap going through here. Alien currently on the point. Sticky's on the shutter door, but they are going to start to get cleared here. But they do manage to defend their own second point here, so no more forward spawners coming out from this French side, and they are going to be starting to send players into the choke as well. And they're going to get bombed here. They're desperately trying to flood in, but Neo and Alien have now been caught in. Patch runs in as well, joins the deaths of his entire team. The sacrifice to the volcano of the TF2 gods has continued.
you can kind of understand where the Frenchies are coming from, right? It's a 10 minutes left on the round. They're 4-0 down. Unfortunately, they just shove their players in, but they through the choke, but they don't manage to take any further space. Now Eames is all the way on second, spawn camping already, backing off a little bit. Has to be slightly careful, but they have the advantage so big because they got the kill into Patchouli as well. Trump has another 100% advantage. Ora Elektro could just run this in through Victor. They're taking a lot of damage out of the soldier bomb coming in, but he's not going to be able to find the kill onto Trump. They get the kill onto Eames. They might even get the kill onto the scout as well. Somehow still alive, and Victor finally take it down, but with Joe finding kill onto Runs, it's difficult for them. Yes, it's only 2 soldiers alive and a medic who is somewhere. Where even is Trump? I'm trying to find him.
He's out of mid. He's just on second.
Well,
He's just like, yeah, I'll just drop my whole team. I don't care. Just no Ubers needed to be used here, boys. You've seen nothing. Joe also dies, so unfortunately, he really should have just used, and they would have been fine, but looks like now they're going to be trying to head back into mid, and Patchouli still has disadvantage here. Eames just going to be bombing in, and Patchouli's being caught out here, although he's retreating back towards Victor and surfs all the way out here. He's going to be able to be lower, but Amrock says, no, I want you to die, and the Uber Saw is whipped out from Patchouli. The defender does hit it, and he gets Uber, and he holds it as well.
Oh my god, Patchouli. What was that? The Uber bomb comes in. This is so good for Frenchies. Unreal out of Patchouli. There's a back cap though. They have to be careful. They have to stack the point now because the capture time is so extreme. Yes, they're going to get the block, but this is delaying them so much. Trump has advantage again. They're all the way back on their second, but they can play the clock. It's 8 minutes now. The Frenchies, they have to be quick because 4 rounds in 8 minutes is a tough ask for anyone. AZN is in behind as well.
Here we go.
Frenchies, they have to be careful
It's
here.
the baby door shove. They kill Joe immediately. They're going to be sending players in behind. They've got the high ground available to them. Back at the point for Trump here. Does get forced out. The punts come flying in. Good damage has been dealt, and Alien's going to get bombed here. Eames is all alone on Victor though, and Alien now in lobby on his own as well. It looks like Ron's going down, Alien goes down. Patchouli's super weak. He's going to go run out through the baby door. Nevo gets the pick there. Duo as well. Super weak. Neo's running in.
Oh my god, no way.
Good damage. QB's doing it. They're actually doing it. They kill them all off here. Looks like it's only AZN on the point with the assistance of Nevo. Looks like Joe's going as well. Pick up the QB, and they kill Neo as well. It's going to be a win.
They did absolutely everything they possibly could there. That was so much work. They were so close. Ora barely hold on. I honestly thought the scouts were going to do that. They had the positioning to just kind of clean up the Ora Elektro players. That push was not very nice out of them trying to come in through Victor. They just got spammed out. Yes, they got the force, but the cleanup was there for Ora Elektro, and now they're back onto second. It's an Uber disadvantage, but just barely for Ora Elektro. The Frenchies, they only have one mode they can possibly do, which is push. They don't have any other options in the game. They found a kill into Amarok, and they're just gonna have to push off of this. Ora Elektro know this. They have to be able to play around it. So far, they're doing a decent job because look, they're just stuck behind the rock. They found a kill into Joe, but does it really matter? Alien Smiley's dead, so is Runs. There's so much damage onto them, and choke.
Patchouli down to 5 HP, gets picked up by Nevo. Nevo is just farming everyone. He's up to 6 kills at the moment on his kill streak. He's going to find Duo as well, most likely here, as Duo just wants to kill off, but the head kill comes out from Trum there onto Duo. So now they're going to be able to move in towards mid, and the advantages that the French team had are slowly slipping away. 6 minutes on the clock, and they need 4 rounds to bring it to a golden cap, or 5 for the win, but unable to do it here. Ron's bombing in towards Trump. Trump dances, gets piped from the low ground by Alien. They are going to get that frag, and Patchouli only up with 14% currently. He's getting run out by both scouts. He looks like he's going to survive here as Neo finds the picks.
There's only 2 up for Ora Elektro. They can probably not hold this at all. Eames is all the way on his second. Once again, the Frenchies have one mode. They have to run forward. I honestly don't know if this works out with the timer. I actually don't think it does. I don't think they have time. This might be dead time. I think we might be fabricating a lie just to keep people entertained. But let's run with it, Lucky. Let's
just
pretend
run with it all the way to the bitter end right now. Pretend that they have a chance in hell of doing this. But it looks like up to 75%. They're already gearing for this last push. They've got a player in water very, very early on. Looks like AZN, though, is going to start spamming him in lower. They're just going to be trading out a bunch of damage. Ross is going to be the loser in this trade here, as he needs an arrow from his medic rather desperately. AZN, though, he's making a read. He's in behind, and Joe picks him up. The Uber comes in from Patch. Looks like they are going to go on top of the sentry gun and run their Uber all the way into the water here. And the Stickies have now been dead. AZN goes down as well. It could be a counter round. Alien goes down. The Heavy is out. Nevo is there. He's got too much HP, and they can't really deal with him anymore. And this should be a point defense here. Duo only 15 HP behind the point. Not even enough help for a rocket jump. Neo goes down as well. Duo runs in desperately. He dies. 5 minutes left on the clock, and it's looking rather undoable.
I'm pretty sure that is just the final nail from in the coffin for the French side, unfortunately. They tried to do it with everything they had in them. They honestly got so close. But unfortunately on Gullywash, it feels like they've just fallen short time and time again. Are consistently able to outplay them, starting from the mid-fight. Extremely dominant coming out of them, just able to roll the rounds off of that. The French is just not able to answer it properly. They're never able to string together a successful last push. And ultimately, they have to work if you want to win rounds in TF2. Not able to get it, and it looks like the cleanup is coming out for Ora Elektro. We have entered dead time territory.
Oh, not unless Duo has anything else to say about it. He's on the second cap, and it's not going to work. There's 4 times on mid, so he's not going to be able to do anything here. Alien's going to be bombing in, trying to find Trum. Trum just used the overcharge. He can still do so because Patchouli currently dead. And it looks like now we are heading in towards second. They're looking to clean up this game, Wan, making their way onto the second point. Eames has not had enough of this game. Ron's bombing in, tries to find Trum. Trum just dances around him. Nice little 2-pipe there from Eames. And it looks like now Nevo is on this cap. They're going to start getting it up. Neo on the sniper in top, though. Can slowly deny this, but Joe is in with the bomb into top. Patching out with the sword. He does get one, but Patch has been caught. He is on bats, and let's see if he can actually kill off Dwo. Oh, no, gonna kill Joe. The pickaxe comes out, but it looks like the scat gun kill is there. They're considerably pushing this. Joe continuing to go down river. One exclamation mark concede has come out.
Yeah, it's kind of Eames dropping the FF in chat. Slight BM out of Eames. Alien Smiley just running through low as well. I mean, you could see it. There's a massive advantage as well. Or it could just push for the win at this point. Wait for Joe to come back up. They're 90% already. There's presence on point. And they're just going to Uber in through main. They could just sit this. There's stickies onto the point in a couple seconds out of Eames. One scout plays the point. There's no one else up on the French side to really play around it. Duo managed to find a kill onto Amarok, but there we go. This should be it. The Heavy is not alive long enough to deny anything else. Soldier is all that stands between Ora Elektro and the win, and it looks like
it's gonna be the 5-0. There you go.
5-0.
Looks like we had a repeat of what happened in their last official versus this French side, and we are going to see Ora Elektro moving on in the playoffs, and the French team have now been eliminated. Commiserations to the French side. I mean, they put up a good fight in the end, but Ora Elektro coming in supreme as the favourites in this match. And yeah, it was a great showing there from the Frenchies, and next season we're excited to see what they put out the bag.
I mean, we know for a fact that there's almost definitely going to be some form of a French team in Premiership. That's the rule of European TF2. We used to have Russians as well. Unfortunately, they don't really hang out with us, but we still have the Frenchies copium, and those are fine, right?
That's fine. I mean, yeah. I think Ora Elektro are hoarding most of the best French players. We've got some stats on the screen for you, ladies and gentlemen, to take a look at how this game transpired, and I am looking at AZN just absolutely chewing them alive.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, Aura just completely took this, like, just took the Frenchies to school on this map. They played it so well on so many occasions. The Frenchies, you could see them. We saw Sparks. They tried to respond, but they were never able to sort of fully bring it back. Aura Elektro responding in kind. You can see, like, the kills aren't that far away, right? It's like 20 in favor of Ora Elektro, but when it's a 5-0, sometimes it could be way more, right?
Yeah,
for all that it's worth, it's not horrible. But, I mean, yeah. I think this is... I definitely believe that the Frenchies did perform above what we thought they would. I honestly thought this would be done in 2. Very impressed with their Sunshine play, especially. Unfortunately, Gullywash just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah. 2 mega shoutouts to 2 players in the server, though. Number 1's Trum, only 4 deaths in that game. Played an amazing game, really good positioning the entire time. Did fluff one where he dropped basically his entire team. But apart from that, pretty flawless performance coming out from him. And Duo as well. Like, that man just played so well throughout all of these games. I mean, he tried so hard to make things happen for the Frenchies. I mean, it happened a lot of the time. They got a bunch of forces, loads of opportunities created, but unfortunately couldn't quite make it happen there. We are looking at the heal stats right now, and Trum, with bigger heals, that's what you get when you get 5 more Ubers than Patch.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely helps.
Indeed.
If you want to win, you want to pop some Ubers, you know. I mean, Patchouli as well, he had such a good series. He was playing so well. He really was.
Yeah, he did. He played out of his goddamn... He has a really good movement. Patch is such a fun medic to watch. He's so good at the game. But I believe, in fact, we do have some people above us waiting for some interviews by the looks of things. So, production man, bring them in here.
Yes, bring them in.
Oh.
Hello.
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 Nevo, we promised that we would bring you back for an actual interview. So
I was
welcome.
looking at the stream. I was expecting, oh, we're gonna wrap up tonight. All right.
No, I was holding off on purpose because I knew you were thirsty for it. GG's, man! Congratulations on making it through. How are you feeling after this win?
Thank you very much. I mean, feeling great. Feeling great. Great win. We're really happy with the way we played. I think, especially after Sunshine, like we're getting. I mean, it's no secret. If you lose a map in such a like direct elimination match, you always want to. It's really easy to like get annoyed, get angry, but I don't know, I think we had a good mental reset and we went into get it washed clean and it went well. So I'm really happy with this.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked like it coming into Gully Wash. You had a really, really good showing there. The mental reset was really good. I mean, it was. I think it was just hard for you on Sunshine, though. Everything looked like it. Some things just weren't going your way. Unable to really push last every now and again. Unable to get the space. What do you think went wrong the most on Sunshine for you?
I think in the beginning we had a lot of control on Sunshine and we were doing quite well, but our last pushes didn't really pan out correctly. So what would happen is usually, like most team, they play out of spawn on the right, and the problem is that you want to commit into them on the left and get some frags, and we weren't getting any really good frags for a flank to get in, and in the afterfight we're just losing players and unable to really play point after this. So I think that was like the biggest problem with far less pushes. And after this, like we got more and more angsty, and we started dying to straight Uberad. I mean, there was one point, for instance, where they had straight up Uberad, and we walked into choke, wanted to pressure, and they were way too close, and they killed. I mean, they killed Eames. I think they killed me, and they killed Trum after. And it's just they snowballed really well, and they managed to like keep their advantage.
Yeah, that was an impressive read there. I think from the Frenchies, they realised that you guys were out of position and they just capitalised on it straight away. So, I mean, yeah, they. What do you think about the Frenchies though? Do you reckon that next season they're going to come back stronger, or do you think this is their final form?
I think I don't think this team is gonna be a thing next season, as far as I know. But but I know there is always like some version of the Frenchies that are gonna come back and that are gonna make a roster. And yeah, I look forward to what they want, what they're gonna do, and to play them more. I think they had overall a season that was up and down in motivation. For a lot of reason, for like different players that weren't really motivated at the same time, but I think like they had a really good showing. I think they played well tonight, and I think if they kept going with this roster, they would improve even more.
Hard agree. Now we've talked about the games. Do you think that you're coming into the final? You're going to be going against Witness Gaming. All right, we've talked about this before. In the matchup you had previously, a very close series. How are you feeling coming into it?
It's always tough to like make prediction about this kind of matches, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I was really hoping that we would win tonight and we would get to play them. I think the series we had last time. I mean, I said it to you, like I came into the interview channel even though the stream was off. That it was some of the most fun I've ever had playing TF2 last time. And yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. They have really good players. They have absolute star players. Like, I mean, I don't really want to go for names, but
don't feed the egos. Don't feed the egos.
I don't want to feed the ego. Like, they have a star player in the name of Mac, and but yeah, they're a really good team. I'm really looking forward to play the match. I don't know what the map would be just yet. I don't know what is gonna happen really, but I'm sure it will be a great TF2 both to play and to watch.
Yeah, agreed. Now moving over to Trum as well. Trum, do you know you have the biggest ball out of any medic I've ever seen in my entire life? Surviving on 7 HP in River with facing down a soldier, and you just don't use. Incredible.
There's like two things what I want to say. That is not true because like there were some moments in Sunshine where I was like above 100 HP and there was a Sully in the sky with like 5 HP and I just popped. And then the reason why I didn't use it here because I didn't even react to the soldier bombing me. So I was just like, oh,
You're supposed to hype yourself up here, Trump.
I think he died rather quickly as well.
I'm just like standing in river. It's like, oh, someone just shot me. I'm 7 HP. A soldier died in front of me. I'm like, oh, I'm just not gonna use them. Like, I just didn't even realize he was bombing me.
How's it felt though playing with this Ora Elektro roster? I mean, you've come from some other rosters previously, not really stuck in many for more than a couple seasons here or there. So, how's it feeling playing with this Ora Elektro roster?
It is definitely the best team I've played with so far. Like our combo is just like so smooth for play Medic 2, and then my flank is just easy on the sniper. You know, mid drop.
That's what I felt like the entire time. So, what hacks does he use? But just out of interest, any ideas?
He hasn't shared with us, I guess, but
he's not sharing with us. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Wan, have you got any questions you want to feed their way?
Absolutely not.
Amazing, incredible. Trum, how are you feeling coming into the grand finals, though?
I'm not gonna say they expected it, but I feel great.
cheeky.
But you know, I had more confidence after like 2 teams dropped in the season. So
Yeah,
playoffs
it was
were
a
easier.
shame.
Yeah, playoffs were easier definitely, but it's really sad that 2 teams dropped.
You can still say though that you are now going to be in the top 2 medics in Premiership as well. So huge rise for you. I'm very interested to see what you get done because you've been improving time and time again every single game that we've seen. So excited for that stuff. So very well played in this game, my dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd agree with this actually. To piggyback on this, that Trum improved so much, even from one season to the other. I mean, we picked him up last season, and this season, I think the biggest improvement, like last season, was we were getting together as a combo and we're like building confidence between each other. And this season, like you can clearly tell that his best improvement is probably his mentality. Like, I mean, just tonight proves it. Like, in a really good way. So yeah, I'm really happy with how he's been playing like around the season. I'm talking as if he's not here, but like I'm really happy how you've been playing this season, and yeah, I look forward to play more.
Incredible. I'm going to throw out to a few shouts because I've run out of questions here. So any shouts you want to throw out there, Mr. Nevo?
Yeah, I mean, I'll shout out my team. I'll shout out also all the Frenchies, all the TF2 connection, mumble, and I'll shout out also my friend that's gonna allow me to play grand final next week at his flat because I'm leaving on holiday tomorrow, and I need to find somewhere to play for the final. And one of my friends is lending me his flat to play the grand final. So shout out to Gislain, and yeah, shout out to Ragnar, and that's about it.
Incredible. Try many shouts from you, sir.
Shout out to my team, Ora. Shout out to all the Hungarians, and shout out to Dvo for his insane rockets. That man is lit.
Yeah, he did go kind of nutty. Wan, any shouts you want to throw out there, sir?
Shoutouts to Ora Elektro for closing it out in style. I needed to pee after the first map. You guys are finally letting me go. Thank you, guys.
Beater, any shoutouts, dude?
Shout out to Dwo. I missed all your shots, so no one will.
Oh, he had a crazy one on Snake Water on Tram.
Yeah, he did.
Not too.
Yeah. Don't worry though, Beater, because we reacted to all of them, so you can still put them in frag movies. Woohoo! Right, yeah.
Perfect. Definitely will do that.
Shouts to you, Beater, for producing this evening. Thankless task as always. Wan, for you, for being my co-caster. Wonderful as always. Nevo and Trevor for an amazing interview. Thanks for keeping it clean. You don't get many of those nowadays. And shouts for an amazing game as well. Looking forward to seeing you in the final. And shouts to the boys over on OG. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, very much for tuning in. And we'll catch you in the next game. Peace, guys.